Welcome in, everyone. We are back with I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Round 2, Electric Boogaloo. We are still in the adventures of Rin on the back half of the game. We have met all of the possible romanceable people, as far as I know, and one of them has already died. Granted, I didn't have the option to save him, but Sim is gone, and Dis and I are very sad, but we're in it together. I have also defeated my VIPs, Trav and Winterfairy, at Boulder Parchment Shears. Alright, let's get into it. Let's get into it. We're close to... We've got toughness pretty high. We're getting combat pretty high as well. We're close to engineering perk 1 if we want it. And we got people to talk to, so let's go talk to them. Gosh, we look so cool though. Hey, boyfriend. You come up beside Dis and slip your hand into his, and he startles before relaxing when he realizes, Oh, hey, he says, blushing. What's going on? Hey, let's get out of here. I was just thinking the same thing, Dis says, giving you one of his rare smiles. Let's head out the gates. Hey, Blake, welcome in. I mean, it is my channel, Trav. I am all-powerful here. You and Dis check your gear and set off on a deep wilderness hike, Dis in the lead. After a few hours, he's led you both on a grueling switchback up the side of a cliff, and as you pull yourself over the ledge, you curse his name. Dis, who is somehow still standing and as hale and hearty as ever, just laughs. Come on, he says, and you groan. Just a little farther. The view is worth it. You stagger to your feet and loop your arms around him, letting him support you as you take in the view, which is, as promised, awesome. In the sense that it fills you with genuine awe. A nearby waterfall begins its descent down the steep cliff, pooling at the bottom in an azure lake that glimmers in the second sunrise. From here, the colony is an insignificant smudge of dirt on the horizon. Dis takes a deep breath and releases it. I wish more people could see the colony like this, he says, holding you close. I think they'd finally realize how small and powerless we are compared to this planet. You already completed your full Rex run since yesterday? Congrats! You do realize that's part of the reason why I play this game so much slower than everybody else is because I have to read everything aloud for you guys and take philosophical, jaunts on soapboxes, and you have it easy. Ooh. That Dis is a strange kid, your mom says, stopping for a second to wipe her brow. I was worried about him when I felt like he wasn't fitting in with the other kids, but now he just goes wherever he wants, does whatever he wants. It's dangerous. You should talk to him, she says. If anyone can get through to him and get him to start thinking about himself as a member of our community again, it's you. Oh, Mom. I'm about ready to abandon this community as well, so I don't know what to tell you there, Mom. Hey, Dad. You catch your dad taking a break in the shade of the geoponics domes. Oh, hey, he says, waving lazily. Taking breaks is important. Don't forget to take care of yourself, okay? Thanks, Dad. I love you, too. Hey, Cal. What's going on? It was an 8-hour playthrough still, so not that short. I just play a lot. I'm on college break right now. Hey, that's awesome. I am easily distracted, Trav. You are correct. You get me on one of my soapboxes or in one of my diatribes, and it's on like Donkey Kong. Bang, bang. Pow, pow. Verbal what? And all that jazz. It's hot and humid inside the geoponics bay, making your clothes stick to your skin as you look around for Cal. Eventually, you see him, his back turned to you as he lifts bags of fertilizer into a wheelbarrow. You call out to him as you approach, and he turns to you with a beaming smile. Rin, he greets you. I was hoping I would see you today. As you open your mouth to respond, you hear a quiet crack and a hiss from nearby. Oh, dude, watch out, Cal says, stepping between you and what you realize too late is a humidity sprinkler. Cal laughs as he's blasted by a cloud of mist. For one perfect moment, he looks as if he's been outlined with 1,000 rainbows. Ah, dip, Cal whines, smiling as he shakes out his hair and flips it back over his shoulder. I should have let you take that one, but your clothes would have gotten wet. He stands up straighter as your gaze passes over his body. He's really grown into himself is the thing. Before your eyes, a droplet of water bravely winds its way from the rise of his chest down the rippling muscles of his abdomen to where it disappears into the shirt tied around his waist. Cal tilts his head, his smile turning a little teasing. He flexes his bicep at you. Caught you looking. Well, what do we do here, guys? Do we flirt, even though we know he's taken? Do we tease him? Dude, you're blinding me. Put a shirt on. Or do we take our own shirt off? All's fair in love and war, after all. But we know for a fact that he is very seriously with Tammy, and they're having a kid together. There was an announcement and everything. He's flirty, but is not at all serious about it. I know, like, Rex keeps trying and keeps getting turned down. We don't have to be serious. Like, we can decide that we're gonna be, you know, fair is fair and take our own shirt off because we're a flat-chested any-all, or we can tease him about it. Like, what do we want to do? He did catch us looking, after all. Poor Rex. Who would ever turn him down? Cal. Cal turns him down. Like, we know who already. The very seriously monogamous dude turned him down. And I actually think, he knows. He's just giving Rex shit about it by going, you know, he said he wanted to bury his bone, but then he forgot it at home. Like, what in the world? I think that's, like, him being sarcastic. Alright, we're taking our own shirt off. Cal laughs and jokingly covers his eyes as you take off your shirt. You twirl it around your finger and launch it at his face. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Yeah, he does not give two shits about temperature. Huh. Ugh, Cal whines, throwing your shirt back at you. Regular people are so sweaty, how can you stand being wet all the time? Cal puts his hands on his hips and fixes you with a cocky grin. I'm always the right temperature thanks to my enhancement. I don't need to sweat. You should try it sometime, bruh. Get on my level. I love it. No. He's never said those exact words before. I mean, he's hinted. You spend an enjoyable afternoon helping Cal deliver bags of fertilizer to every corner of the hydroponics bay. When the job's done, he claps you on the back. Oof, he's as strong as he looks. Cal chatters at you about his plans for the rest of the week as you leave the hydroponics lab. The relatively cooler, drier air of Autumna hits you like a slap, but of course Cal doesn't look bothered at all. Race you to the cafeteria, he teases you before taking off down the path. You yell and run after him, causing a ruckus that makes a few adults shake their heads fondly at you as you tear through the colony side by side. Yep, I defeated you both, Winter Fairy. Actually, Trav, you don't realize how annoyed, upset, and uncomfortable because of temperature that, like, if you are at an uncomfortable temperature, if you are too hot or too cold, you don't realize how much that affects your mood. The fact that at most temperatures, except for the very extreme ones, he does not suffer at all whatsoever means that he can keep his emotions much more well regulated, and therefore he doesn't feel stress from temperature-based stressors. So we've seen Cal get angry and stressed out before, but like, he doesn't when it's too hot, he doesn't when it's too cold. Like, he does not in any way, shape, or form give two shits about the weather, where everyone else is whining and complaining and, you know, being grumpy about it. He's just like, oh, ho hum, whatever. And so, yes, as much as you wouldn't think that it would pair up well with him choosing to be a pacifist as much as possible, actually, yeah, it does. So much. Yes, I'm aware, Trav. You are always overheating and I'm always trying to steal all your warmth. You may recall very cold feet. Just saying. Like, my suffering of being too cold and your suffering of being too hot sometimes makes us very cranky with each other, but Cal will never experience that. Yes, surely that is what has you having a successful career as a boxer. Mm-hmm. You find Mars going through old hollow photos from when you were all kids aboard the Stratospheric. She gives you a sad little smile and pats the couch next to her. Come look through these photos with me, she says. I forgot about some of these. Mars brings up a picture of Nem and Cal from when they were probably 4 or 5 years old. They're both stripped down to just their pants and have painted monster faces on their chests and are standing on top of a table in the creche waving swords above their heads. You remember that table being a fort, a pirate ship, a haunted house, and a jungle cave, depending on the day. Oh, look at them, Mars says, smiling. They used to be the best of friends, right? Whenever you saw one, the other was always tagging along behind them. She sighs. It's so weird that they, like, never talk to each other anymore. I mean, I get it. Anemone got all weird about being a soldier after her brother died, and Cal really doubled down on the whole hippie aesthetic. Yeah, she never should have joined those Helios. That's my opinion. I don't regret that. I have a range, Winter Fairy, but I don't know. It fluctuates. I feel that temperature in humid environments is much more difficult to deal with than temperature in dry environments. That's my opinion. Others may decide otherwise. Everyone has their own internal heating setup. I'm more of a 50 to, no. Anymore. Like, in dry environments, I'm like a 30 to 70 girl. And in humid environments, I'm like, ridiculously, I'm like a 60 to 80 girl. Fahrenheit. I'm not going to convert that to Celsius. I don't think in Celsius. I'm sorry. I'm tragically American here. So yeah, it really, really depends. Dry environments are fine. I can't deal with 23 Celsius in Britain, but in dry climate of Spain, I can deal with really hot temperatures. Exactly, Plague. Like, dry environments, temperature is all on top of the skin. You can just put on a sweater or take off a layer, you know, or find the shade or, you know, get a bit of a breeze going and you're fine. Yes, what the very hot temperatures in a dry environment sucks worse than the very low temperatures in a dry environment, but it feels less horrific because it's on top of your skin. Whereas in humid environments, that same range of temperature extreme goes straight to the bones. You feel it all the way through you. That wind cuts through you like a knife. You know, that cold sinks down into your squishy internal organs. You can feel that shit freezing through your heart. It's the worst. I cannot. And I have gone from a dry environment to a wet environment, and it's horrific. Humidity is the worst. I actually think, Trav, that because you are in a humid environment, that is half the problem. It's prompting you to start sweating much sooner, whereas if you were in a drier environment regularly at the same temperature, you would not be nearly as negatively affected. But you don't spend a lot of, like, you're in the UK, you don't spend a lot of time in a dry environment, so I bet you anything that what Plague Doctor says about the drier areas of Spain would be true for you as well. But, like, I have noticed that the hot is hotter and the cold is colder in a wet environment. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Because I grew up in the dry environment of Colorado. So, your mileage may vary depending on geographic location and what kind of weather you have. Yeah, now I am in the south and it is awful. Anyways, continuing on with this flashback. Mars hums noncommittally and goes on to the next image. Tammy's gentle face smiles back at you. She's in the ship's galley learning how to make soy sweets from antecedent. She's wearing an apron, but almost all of her is covered in different colored powders used for flavoring and coloring the sweets. Even the tips of her pointed ears are dusted with it. Oh, Mars sighs. Look at this one. Mars is absolutely, like, a sentimental person. Psycho Phoenix, thank you for the lurk. I hope Cult of the Lamb is treating you well right now. You, as always, are a sweetheart for lurking in my chat. I can't believe Tammy's going to be a mom soon, Mars continues. She'll always be this shy little girl to me, you know? Mars touches the screen fondly. I'm glad she has Cal to help out. They're gonna be great parents, I just know it. I don't know what we'd do without her. I know exactly what we'd do without her. We were much worse off without Tammy. That is absolutely the truth. Mars taps through some more photos, pursing her lips. I swear there's at least one picture of Dis in here, she mutters. It takes almost a minute, but she finally finds one. Tange and Dis's joint 5th birthday party, complete with matching soy cakes. Their mother, Besk, is just out of the frame, a drink in her hands. Oh, this was before Dis got all weird about his birthday. Mars hums. I still have no idea what happened there. I mean, who doesn't like birthdays? Something happened. It's weird to see them so happy together, she continues. I can't remember the last time I saw either of them really smile like that. They're not even smiling in this picture. Mars sighs. And now Tange spends all her time cooped up in engineering, and Dis spends more time outside the colony than he spends in it. It's just so sad. Well, if it ever becomes safe for you to visit the States, come spend summer and winter down here in the South. See what you think. Oh, summer I definitely can't do, but winter's probably not going to be that rough. No clue, though. Plague, I think you would survive summer in the south just fine because we have air conditioning over here. You would find that you spend all of your time in the air conditioning during summer, but you would be fine, honestly. The UK does not do air conditioning. That is the problem. Mars stares down at the little hologram in her hand. I didn't mean to bully him so much, she admits softly. I thought I was helping him learn to fit in, like toughening him up a little so he didn't cry so much, you know? Her mouth twitches with a sad smile. But I guess I ended up just pushing him further away. When I was little, I didn't understand that words could hurt people, because they don't hurt me. You could have been nicer to him. Mars sits back and sighs. That's true. Aw, look at her. Look at how sweet she can be. I mean, look at that freaking hair, though. Like, holy shit, you don't even get to see her hair in her official art. Damn, Mars. Like, I mean, you do, but like, this is what her official art looks like, and you can kind of see her hair, but like, this really shows you what that hair is like. She really went all out to grow it out. It is brutal, Winter Fairy. You just have to stay air-conditioned. Especially in a colony. I mean, I know that she spends basically a whole ton of kudos on just her hair alone, but like, dang, girl. It's weird looking back on when we used to be kids, Mars muses. We were so innocent. We had no idea about the wormhole or Vertumna, no dying, no famine, no killer pollen, no animal attacks. I mean, we didn't even have bad weather on the ship. All we cared about was playing and popularity. Mars gestures to herself. Now look at me. I'm working on the bridge, and I know it's all politics. It's like professional popularity contest. Lum is an idiot, but he's got one thing going for him. Mars laughs. The man has an absolutely impeccable social media game. If nothing else, he knows how to get people to vote for him. Really, that's all you need. Mars leans over and rests her head on your shoulder. Her hair smells just like jasmine. Thank you for going through those pictures with me, she says quietly. I try to keep my eyes on the future, but sometimes it's nice to remember where you came from. She has absolutely no shame, but she does have a heart underneath all of that. Damn, Mars. It is mid-dust. Okay. Rex! Coming in for another fun hug. Because we besties. Tommy! I believe it is your birthday. Yep. Nami's playing a game on their holopalm, but they look up and give you a big smile. Hi, what's going on, Rand? I'm just killing time. I never get tired of digger dog. Of course you don't. Your best friend is half dog. I would like to give you this. Ooh! Nami exclaims, making grabby hands at the strange device. Happy birthday to me! I can't believe you remembered. Thank you! She's so cute. See, Mars is great. I know you knew that, but becoming real friends with her genuinely shows that she ain't bad. I'm jealous of that hair for that reason, though. Yeah, her hair is pretty spectacular. I love when you date Rex. Occasionally, instead of giving a hug, he just kisses you a lot. Makes this plague doctor very happy. Making out is fun. I will say that. Tammy! Tammy is sweeping the front stoop of the lounge, humming a little song to herself. As you approach, you see her stand up straighter and rub her back. Now that you know, it's clear she's pregnant. You wonder how you didn't catch on before Vertumnilia. It's still mind-blowing that she's going to have a baby. The first child born from someone who was themselves born in space. It's hard to believe she's only 1 year older than you. Little Tammy, who cries when toys break and is scared to leave the walls. She's gonna be a mom. Tammy looks up as you approach and smiles. Hello, Rin. It's so nice out today, don't you think? She always thinks it's a nice day, even when it's pouring rain. It must be nice to be so cheerful all the time. You look beautiful. Aww. She smiles and goes a pretty shade of pink. Thank you, Rin. That's so sweet. She does seem more centered and confident than you've ever known her to be. It radiates off her like a warm, glowing sun. When Lum had her up on stage, embarrassed in front of the whole colony, you kept thinking, wow, Tammy's really grown up now. Tammy leans on her broom with a dreamy smile. I thought about it for a long time, and I talked to Aunt Anne and Dr. Instance and my dad, she says. I've always known I wanted children. She giggles in thought. Lots of them. So why not get started now? Aunt Anne and I are going to run the new crèche, so I have plenty of help raising them, the same way I was raised, she adds. I might not be the strongest or smartest person in the colony, but I'm going to be the best mom. I know I can do this. Do you ever want kids, Ren? Well, I believe this was the lifetime that I said that I wanted at least, like, 12 or something, so... Oh god, on my last playthrough, I managed to get Tonin, but wasn't strong enough to save him, and the scene that follows when you run to get help is genuinely crushing. Yeah, I managed to save him, and it was much better. I mean, we haven't really seen him since, but he is alive still. Right here. Still alive. Oh, he was the ship's pilot originally, so he definitely is more of a spaceman. Think I've calmed down on the wanting 12, and 1 or 2 maybe. Tammy smiles indulgently. That's nice, Ren. I can't wait to see them in the crèche. Tammy goes back to sweeping the stoop, adding a little snippets of lyrics to her made-up song. Oh, she's crafting. She's definitely crafting a lullaby for her baby. Tange is pouring something from a carafe that could only be strong black coffee from the bitter scent. It was bracing at first, Tange concedes, but I have now endured it long enough that it has begun to feel pleasant, almost calming. She regards the carafe with something like fondness. As I require little sleep, I doubt I will become dependent on it. Addiction runs in my family, you know. This, though, is an indulgence I can allow myself. Sure, Tange. You just keep telling yourself that. Alright. Nem, I will be right there. I just need to... Fuck off, asshole. Okay. That's it. I just had to click on him first. You calling me an amateur, Traveler Side? Seeing as your preferences in the matter is 0? Excuse me? Something's off with Nem today. You can just tell from watching her train that she's moving more slowly and seems distracted. Every so often she breaks form to stare at Vase, who's working with a group of trainees on the other side of the garrison. Her unit leader singles her out and chastises her, gesturing for her to take a break and get her head on straight. Nem scowls as she slinks over to the rest area, where you hand her a water bottle. Hey you, she says, shooting you a little flicker of a smile as she takes a drink. What's up? Vase isn't talking to me, Nem replies, sighing heavily as she recaps her water bottle. It's been 2 days and he just acts like I'm not even here. I've tried to talk to him and he says he needs time to think. We got into it about how much time you and I spend together. He thinks you like me, and I told him it's not like that. We're just friends, but... Nem exhales noisily and scrubs her heel of her palm into her eyes. Maybe the problem is that he just doesn't know you that well, he says. He doesn't trust you around me, that's all. Do you want me to talk to him? He's a scumbag, Nem. Vase is absolutely not right to trust me. No, that's probably what Tammy was thinking. Oh, I mean, that's fair, Trav. She probably was thinking I'm an amateur. Hi, Nem. Hi, Nem. We'll be a sec. I just need to go call your boyfriend an asshole. Then I'll be right back in a jiffy. Yeah, basically. Yep, that's what I did. I went over there. I was like, you're an asshole. I left. Well, May, I've created an abomination that I'm enjoying. I ran out of honey and sugar for my tea, so I mixed in some of my energy drink powder. I don't hate it. So now it's mixed melon black tea with oat milk. Interesting, Raptor. I'm glad that you don't hate it. Good luck with that. May cause problems with Dis, but you could flirt with her. He's a scumbag. It's true. Plague wants me to call him a scumbag, and apparently I'm not flirting with her, so yeah, he's a scumbag, Nem. Ooh. I have both. I believe they're both above 30. Yeah. I mean, technically this one's being boosted, but I believe they're actually legit both above 30. Nem's head whips towards you, shocked. What? How could you say that, Ren? Yeah, I know how he gets sometimes, but he's still my boyfriend. The way he treats you isn't healthy. Nem's eyebrows furrow. What do you mean, Ren? Do you like when he accuses you? Nem frowns. No, obviously. What does that have to do with anything? The problem isn't you. It's him. You tell her she shouldn't have to constantly prove herself to Vase. I've never thought of it that way, Nem replies. It's like we have this argument all the time. He gets mad because he thinks I was talking to someone too long, or because I said something that set him off. And when you talk to him about it, well, he gets really upset that I'm upset with him, and then I have to apologize and reassure him that I love him, and it's always this whole thing. She sighs. I'm just so tired of it, you know? I don't know what else to do. I don't know if there's anything else I can do. Girl, you can leave his ass. You can leave his ass. Nem wipes her eyes. I don't know what to think, she says. I'll talk to him about it and see what he says. He deserves a chance to explain himself, but... Her eyes dart back over to Vase. I don't know if he'll be able to. She gives you a quick hug. Thank you for talking to me about this, Ren. You're my best friend in the whole planet. Girl, do not stay with that scumbag. He is undeserving of you. I don't have the toughness to train with her, so... Alright. We've broken them up. Yeah, bitch, let's go. I finally got through to Nem that he's an asshole. They are broken up. I got the achieve. Let's go. She is a queen. She deserves way better than that jerk. Way better. You're on your way to the garrison. On your way to the garrison, you pass by a few young soldiers speaking in hushed tones. They seem to be commiserating over Vase's attitude in training today. Oh boy, you might know what this is about. You spot Vase overseeing a group of soldiers navigating an obstacle course. Pick it up! Come on! He snaps. You approach carefully, and he acknowledges you with a glance before going back to staring morosely at the trainees. What crawled up your ass? Yeah, I'm not his friend. Vase scowls and crosses his arms. Nothing, just a bunch of bullshit. Fine, be that way. I will. Vase glowers and goes back to ignoring you. That's how you can steal him from Nem, by the way, you guys. I'm not... nope. You a jerk. You deserve what you got. Alright. We has very little stress. We has a need for engineering, I believe. So I think I need like 40. So let's go get it. Surveying the ridge is what gets us engineering. Hunting in the swamps does not. So we're going to the ridge. Yes, we has a boyfriend named Dis. We do. He is, in fact, dating us. That's our boy. Don't you forget it. Alright. Onward. We need all the engineering. Excuse me. But I have burped, and it felt very good to do. Some of these I can back out of. Some of these I cannot. This is a perception challenge. That is not what I want. The thumping will definitely be an engineering challenge. Or get me engineering anyway. So we will do this one. A hydrate. Thank you, Plague. Thank God you did that, because her ending, you see when you're friends, if you don't break them up, ain't pretty. I know, because he's an asshole, and I do not want him in her life. She deserves better. As much as I hate Vase, I still pity him for getting stuck in the cycle his parents put him in. I still pity him for what augment he got. I understand that is the case, Raptor. I don't know the full story because I've never, like, friendshiped Vase at all, or dated him for that matter. That's for probably a non-streamed run for myself, but yeah. Lilith can count to 8 now, Winter Fairy? That's fantastic. My goodness, she's gonna have such a big brain when she grows up. That's fantastic. Let's go, Lilith. Alright, you find your way blocked by a massive wall. No, a hollow pillar, knocked over and lying on its side in the sand. It's absolutely massive. It stretches to your left and right, at least 1 kilometer in each direction, though at some points it's crumbled enough that you could likely scale over it. Let's check it out. That's fair, Raptor. I haven't done even that much. I don't know much about Vase in general. He likes cake, and that's all I know. And his birthday is mid-wet. Everything else is a blank. He's just really kind of an ass, and I make fun of him for it all the time. Caleb is working hard to help her. He's such a good big brother. He really is. He's so good at it. Oh, I pity him and feel really bad for him, but what he's done to Rex and Nem can't be forgiven. He's a coward and a bully, and I despise him. That's fair. Sorry for being mad at video game character Automod. He deserves it, though. Yeah, Automod, get on our level. Alright, what do I want to do? I want to open this feeling like a giant with Dad's love and sharing is caring. Heck yeah. Opener of 17. Let's go. Okay. Five, 4, 3, 2. Excellent, excellent. Next round. Super gold. And I hit super gold straight on, so extra kudos too. Nice. This is the first time I will ever get the extra kudos if total equals goal. The very first time in 2 runs, because I've never hit it dead on. So, here we go. Engineering bump and all. Heck yeah. I win. No hate to you for using Automod, May, just like hating on Automod because I can. I know, Automod is Automod. But I got extra kudos. I mean, I got doubled extra kudos as well, so all good. You find more scraps of convergent domain writing and technology. You document everything and bring it back to Utopia. Heck yeah, that's what we were looking for. Crystal? Alright, is this back outable? A beautiful little locust lands on your arm. This is a perception challenge, and we don't actually get to keep this guy. I've done this one before, so we're gonna move on. Good thing, too, because a whole swarm of them is coming over the horizon. You're out there before they arrive, and when you come back later in the week, the entire place has been stripped of vegetation. The only things still standing are crystals glinting in the sunlight. Yeah, not good. Hold that thought. You're walking along a ridgeline when your foot knocks some rocks down the slope. You anticipate the familiar clatter as they plunge down into the chasm, but realize it's silent. Just the wind. You peer down the slope. Nothing's falling? Wait, the rocks you dislodged with your foot are just floating. You take a step forward and realize you feel lighter too, like you've taken off your mountaineering gear. Take another step forward. It's a struggle to keep your foot on the ground. With one more step forward, you realize it's possible to take both feet off the ground. You're floating. You nudge your foot and let the momentum float you forward a few feet, feeling more untethered by gravity the farther you go. The ridgeline is narrow, with a steep drop on either side. There's no way around this strange anti-gravity field, and if you fall out of it, you might plummet into the chasm. We must be brave. Now, 15 doesn't seem like all that big a deal, but it's fine. This card will become a 3, unfortunately. Okay. So if that's the case, we're gonna do this. This bumps that up. We'll do Cal Strength as well. Next round. This will be easier. So 9, 8. We can't actually get a 7 here. We can do this. Yeah, it's gonna be a 3 no matter what, so that doesn't work. But we can do a pair of 5s. So that works out for goal. It's not super goal. Yeah, we can't get like 3 5s because this makes everything a 3 no matter what, so. We win. It's fine. We get some bravery. And we de-stress. That's awesome. Plus engineering. Yes. You float forward, allowing yourself to rise higher and higher until you're able to swim and tumble through the air with ease. Woohoo! Woo! You're totally weightless. You float over a shiny, lumpy rock jutting up from the spine of the ridge. As you pass over it, you feel gravity gently begin to embrace you again, pulling you back down. Your feet touch the ground again on the other side, and your legs immediately give out. What a rush! You mark the location on your map for other surveyors. Okay, we did it. And Look at who's back. You're taking a sample at the base of a tree when you feel something patter off your head and fall to the ground. It's a nut? That's strange. This species doesn't usually... You look up and your stomach lurches when you realize you've been being watched this whole time. A pair of familiar eyes peers down at you from the branches. It's... Sim? He grins down at you. Well, well, well. If it isn't the little human. Have you come to visit me, Sugarbud? How do we respond, you guys? But I saw you die. Sim's dead. Who the hell are you? Or, it's an alien ghost. Ah! What do we do, guys? How do we respond to our favorite alien being alive? Our favorite native? Our favorite gardener? I don't know. What do we want to call him? Ghost's funny. Alright. Let's get a laugh out of this boy. Oh boy, it's schizophrenia! The fuck? You fall backwards into the dirt, and Sim just laughs like a bird from his perch until you calm down. If you did witness my death, I apologize, Sim continues. He leans down from his branch, his long hair dangling just out of reach. I imagine I didn't enjoy it much either. Do we ask the obvious question of how can you die and just come back, even though I highly suspect that this entire form is a construct? Do we go, I guess I'm happy you're alive because we're still a little in shock, or, is this a flirt option? We flirt anyways. I've actually flirted less consistently in this run than I did the last one, honestly. Ah, he's a fork. If he doesn't remember what we saw that he's restored from backup? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is a backup. We don't know how much memory loss he had. He didn't get recorded before he got reset or reconstituted, I guess. Obviously flirt? Okay, well, we're gonna flirt because hot alien boy. I mean, hot local boy. You pout up at Sim, trying to look kissable, but he just stares down at you, uncomprehending. My apologies, he says, but I'm not entirely certain what you mean. What business? You really don't remember? Sim's thin lips form an even thinner line. I'm afraid I don't. Did I offend you in some way? Death has a way of wiping the slate clean. He gives you a little smile. It's me. I'm the slate. I mean, we're still maxed. Embarrassment burns in your guts. You can't find the words to explain the moment you shared on the cliff. How can you just die and come back? Lurk away, Raptor. Lurk away. I might be a beloved California burger chain the way I'm always in and out of stream. It's fine, Raptor. I'm just happy that you show up at all. So, I hope that whatever you're lurking for goes well. It's a gardener thing, he replies dismissively. He's so casual about it. I make regular backups just in case. Backups? Sim gives you a little smile. Surely by now, you know I cannot divulge the specifics of my role here. Good luck with your projects, Raptor. I hope they go well. It doesn't stop you from hinting. Sim's smile grows wider and he trills with laughter. I know. Oh, having a secret is so much more gratifying than I would have expected it to be. I guess. I'm happy you're alive? Sim sighs gratuitously. I wish everyone felt that way, he mutters. One of my associates seems to feel otherwise. At your confused look, he waves his hand. One of the other gardeners. Noctilucent. They really don't care for you humans, I'm afraid, and they're aware I've taken an interest in you. With a soft whoomp, Sim drops gracefully out of the tree and dusts himself off. You're treading dangerous water by hunting the animals, he says. They're becoming absolutely insufferable about it, and soon I won't be able to talk them down from taking matters into their own hands. He claps you on the shoulder. Take that warning with the candor with which it was intended, Well, he's symbiotic. Noctilucent is another gardener. We've heard this name twice now. Once in a previous life and once now. So, clearly, two gardeners are at odds with each other, at the very least. Yes, he probably is the leader of the Human Extermination Project. Sim turns to leave, but you sputter and grab his sleeve. You can't. After all that, you deserve some answers, real ones. He owes you that. He turns to you, one arch eyebrow raised. What is it, Rin? Well, are you really Sim, or what do you really do here? What do we ask? The name Noctilucent does suggest something. Shining at night seems directly relevant to glow season and the attacks during it. Yep, it absolutely does. Which is probably the reason why we don't find Sim during glow season. I mean, granted, we don't leave the colony during glow season either, but beside the point. Two, because yes, he really is Sim, just forked from a short while earlier. Yeah. He hadn't quite fallen all the way in love with us yet. He didn't get to save that part because he died before he saved it, essentially. What do you really do here? His name also refers to the Noctilucent clouds, the highest clouds in the atmosphere for those who wish to know. Yes, the ones that shine at night. Sim gives you a blank smile. I am a gardener, he says simply. I was created to be a gardener, and I imagine I will be one until my services are no longer required. At your look of confusion, Sim softens. Humanity is so concerned with purpose, he says sadly. It is because you were not created for one, and you spend the entirety of your short lives under the impression you need one. The concept of someone having a purpose must be seductive. He shrugs one elegant shoulder. My existence is simple. I act in the ways for which I was created. That is not an interesting answer for an individualistic species as yourselves. I am aware. Perhaps we must both accept that it may be beyond the human capacity to comprehend. It isn't. Because we're not nearly as individualistic as we'd like to pretend. Human beings are a herd species of animal. We do understand the concept of group. We created civilization because we could not figure out how to be anything but social. It's just that we are not, as this game suggests, born with a purpose. We have strengths, we have weaknesses, we can be very individualistic, but at the end of the day, a human being needs other humans. They need company. We are very easily adoptable and adaptable, but we always need more than just ourselves. So, as much as we can be individualistic, we're not wholly capable of being anything but social. Even if our social is we adopt every pet we can find and we start talking to our plants. Like, we will adopt and adapt if need be, but we need company. So we are not quite as symbiotic as the gardeners are with their purpose, but we are very much in need of each other. Yeah. It is less that they're pack animals and more that they are different functions of a bigger organism, but um they're more, the gardeners strike me as more like a beehive or an ant colony where everyone has a purpose and is born for that specific purpose from the get-go than a group of deer or bunnies or any sort of herd creature is. So that is kind of the difference. An octopus is smart and sometimes uses tools, but isn't social. There's been good arguments that they could have done pretty well if they were. Being underwater basically means that you can forge metals, so there are limits. Yeah. The fact that octopi are not social creatures is the only thing holding them back from taking over the world, I feel. Can't forge, spelling erg, yeah. Well, you just missed a word there. But like, we didn't forge in the beginning of humanity either. We had sticks and rocks, and we used sticks and rocks as tools. Like, octopi being solo creatures is why octopi have not taken over the world. We took over the world because we were really adaptable and we could use tools. But we still require other people. Like, you can take care of a baby on the most basic level of feeding and changing them, but if you do not interact with that baby, they will die from a lack of company. They will literally die from a lack of socialization. I'm not even joking. This is real. They've done studies. People need people. Or rather, people need company. Because if that baby gets even a cat that pays attention to them some of the time, they will survive and grow up. So, like, people just need company. They don't necessarily need other people. So if all you can do in your life is adopt your plants and take care of your pets, you're probably going to be fine. But do understand that your plants and your pets are your social group as a herd species. So they're good in water. Lack of skeleton or similar would prevent them doing well out of it. But one day, if they learn to build exosuits, exactly, Trav, like, if octopi ever got together and became social creatures, humanity would be fucked. Let's just be honest. We would end up being enslaved so fast. We would become octopi cats, essentially. Anyway. Are you really Sim? The one and the same. Sim answers, carefully prying your hand from his clothing. I acknowledge this is difficult for you to understand. He takes a deep breath, considering his words carefully. Humans have but one short window of consciousness, which encourages you to think of yourselves as individual points on the line of history. You are, quite clearly, not your parents, or your grandparents, or your unborn children. You are your own marvelous creature. He places his hand on his chest. I do not disappear when this form dies. I am eternal, in a sense. I am all who came before, and I am all whom will come after. I am my own legacy. I am symbiosis. He tilts his head to the side as if listening to something and squeezes your hand. I fear I have said too much. I hope I can see you again soon, and that all may be revealed to you. Damn it, Sim! In again! We are blobs of fat neurons piloting a meat exosuit. Out again! Exactly, Raptor. With the amount of anime and similar that the colonists have in their archives, I'm surprised that this is supposed to be a surprise, you know? Me too, Trav, honestly. I quite enjoy these holographic videos you gave me, Sim says. I have been learning so much about humanity from them. However... Sim lays a finger on his lips in thought. What are fava beans, Chianti? Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna give you an egg. Sim examines your gift in great detail and asks various questions about where and when you found it. He hums to himself as he turns it over in his hands, a broad smile on his face. Remarkable, Rin, just remarkable, he says with his hands as he hands it back to you. You are truly the most thoughtful of gift givers. I have enjoyed your present to the fullest. You try to explain that he can keep it, but he just smiles again and shakes his head. I know we're all maxed out, but I'm gonna give him things anyways. And then I'm gonna de-stress. Ah, the de-stressification. It's glorious. Alright, well, Sim is back, as I suspected he might. This way is the dead end way, and sometimes there is a collectible around here. Or two. Possibly three? No, not three. Cool. Well, let's see if this is an engineering thing. You're treated to a spectacular sight. A fully grown dilly pillar way off in the distance. Its thousands of legs and kilometer of shimmering bodies snaking in and out of the haze at the bottom of the chasm. You just watch it. It's terrifying, like a train. Heck yeah. Not that we need animals, but here we go. It's so far away, but you record its movement coordinates and take video for Utopia. And I made money. Nice. Collectibles. Looking for collectibles. Would like to steal all the things before I leave this area. I know I have very low stress, but I can always double back. It's fine. This is the boss event, but I don't have the engineering yet to get to it. Because I need to deal with the radiation problem. Just imagine what your stress levels would be like if you also had the anti-stress augment. You'd hardly ever need to rest. Someday, Trav, someday. You haven't been down into the deepest crevices of the ridge where the crystals grow thick and the air is stagnant and dead. It's already sweltering on the ridges, but the chasms you can see the heat warping the air almost like it's a permanent fog. Utopia says the air is so thick and still that you can't even use your glider down there. At least one thing survives in the haze, though. While you take a break from lunch one day, you can see flickers of silver dart in and out of the fog, like ripples of light on a lake. As you unpack your tiffin box, the silver flashes come up out of the fog and begin to surround you. They're animals, eyeless, almost translucent creatures about the length of your arm, trailing meters-long tentacles behind them. Their mournful hooting is magical and strange. You look them up on your holopalm. Oh, air squid babies. And they are predators. Okay, well, let's have a pair of sixes, and, let's make that trip 6. 22, good opener. Next. Let's see. 6, 5, 4. There we go. A 33. Another pair of 6s. This is going to be the highest value card here. We could do 6, 5, 4. Actually, that would be really good. Yeah. Excellent. Win. As if we needed the perception. You duck behind some roots and keep perfectly still as the creepy creatures float around and past you. They don't seem to be hunting for food. They must be on their way somewhere. Air squid adults are solitary hunters, but these juveniles form large groups and move together fluidly like schools of fish. Once they're a safe distance away, you take some notes on their social behavior. The oddest thing is how many there were. Hundreds of the things. But mature air squid are very rare creatures. More often heard than seen. It must be a tough life if so few of them reach adulthood. Or they eat each other. Or they eat each other. Just saying. You investigate a weird squeaking noise, eventually following it to its source. An undulating swarm of sleek creatures are gathered on the cliff above you. You watch as they throw their tiny bodies off of the edge, plummeting past you and out of sight. They scream and screech in excitement. Okay, weird. You pick your way down the slope, finding a second herd of miraculously unharmed weasels at the bottom. As you watch them, one lands on your head and, squeaking indignantly, goes to join the rest of its kin. Ouch. You hear the flapping of wings and look up. A whole colony of pink and orange Dorbs moths clings to the rock up overhead, nearly camouflaged. As the squealing of the weasels above reaches a fever pitch, the Dorbs moths restlessly take off from the cliff and flutter around. You watch as one of the little creatures pitches off the edge of the cliff and lands square on a Dorbs moth back, sending them both plummeting to the bottom. As the large moth crashes fatally onto the ground, the weasel curls its body and bounces harmlessly away and then scurries back to feed on its prey. Oh! Bounce weasels. Bounce weasels. You record the screeching on your hollow palm. What a noise. Come across a particularly flat area, a large field of obsidian. Well, obsidian is the only word you have for it, but you've never seen obsidian this bright. It's like rainbows trapped underneath its glossy black surface, like the entire ground here is polished black opal. The field glints under the sun at certain angles, momentarily blinding you. It looks slippery and shiny. Well, I'll take the bravery. Heck yeah, let's go. This slot becomes a 3. Okay. But it can only be a 3. Which is fine. That's better. Next. Okay. Five. 4. That's the problem. And it overrides the spot? That's annoying. Because that's a straight. Thank you, Mr. Scrake, for the lurk. Welcome in, by the way. Alright. 9, 8. I don't actually have a 7. What's the problem? Do you have 6s? That's goal. It's not super goal, but it's goal. This is an awkward spot. I could do this. And do a flush 5. I mean, it doesn't matter either way. I like super goals, but they're not the be-all end-all, really. We'll do that. Win. Victory is ours. Bravery goes up. You take off your shoes and glide around on your sock feet. You take a tumble and get a little bruised. But you have a blast. Let's do some science while we're here. Nice. A little more engineering. You find a patch that is a little different and take some readings. You confirm the material is not natural. It must have been created by the convergent domain, because it's the same stuff they made the thumpers out of. Silica mixed with some trace organic elements. By looking at striations in the cliffs nearby, you determine that this entire region used to be covered in a thick sheet of this dark glass rock. In most places, there is now a layer of soil over it, but if you dig down far enough, you'll probably find this layer everywhere, like the whole place has been glassed. No wonder there are so few plants here. We even got a point of reasoning. The convergent domain must have paved this area to discourage plant life from growing, all except for the crystals, which seem to sprout happily from the obsidian pavement. Interesting. We learned some things. You're scaling a huge rock plateau when you're suddenly overcome with an incredible feeling of peace. You've never felt anything like this. You literally feel lighter, like all of your troubles have been lifted away. The feeling is stronger when you touch the rocky surface and you realize it's radiating from the rock. And Dis is here. Boyfriend! Dis is sunning himself on top of the rock, stripped down to his shirt. He looks up as your shadow falls over him. Oh, he says slowly. You found it too, huh? Oh, this must be the place Dis told you about. His favorite place on the planet. The rock that makes him feel happy. You know how he feels now. He shades his eyes from the sun as he looks up at you. I haven't told anyone about this place, he says. Well, except you. That's how they get you, you know, he says. Once they know you love something, they could use it to control you. That's deep. Dis shrugs. He doesn't seem to care if you're making fun of him or not. Must be the power of the rock. You're going to keep it a secret, though, right? Dis asks. I don't want this place dug up and studied. It'll ruin it. He scowls. People always ruin things, especially researchers. Some things you don't need to understand. Okay. It's our secret. You do take a few readings, though, just because. All data is important. You mark down the location, but fudge the coordinates, so anyone they send out afterwards will get lost. You wonder if the rock is natural. Animals seem to really like it. As you're taking readings, you watch a swarm of Dorbsmoth basking on the rock as well, just like Dis. Then you lie down on the rock beside Dis, letting the strange magic fill you with this incredible sense of peace, love, and unity with the universe. Cal would love this rock. This rock is special. You're trudging along when suddenly you're buffeted by a hot wind. No, like a very hot wind. Lethally hot. The ridges are already baking, but all of a sudden it feels like you're trapped in a nuclear reactor. Your skin dries out and your lips begin to crack. Your eyeballs feel like sandpaper. Well, we're gonna find the source of it. You take careful readings from a distance, triangulate them, and discover the source of the wind. A red, sports ball-sized crystal emanator hidden in a small crevice. When you smash it, it doesn't shatter like crystal. It almost looks as if it could have been organic. Is it some kind of defensive barrier? Yet another weird mystery of these ridges. Well, there we go. We've gotten engineering up to 31, which is an improvement. But we will not be able to come back to the ridges to get any more. We should probably go back to class for that one. I've cleared out all the events until basically next year, except for the boss event, which I can't really complete until I have some protection against the radiation plant, so yikes. I've done it all. Oh, except that one. I mean, okay. I'll just go do it. I'll just go do it. It's fine. Let us investigate the strange heat haze shimmer across the path. Oddly, it doesn't clear as you get closer. The mirage effect is very strong. The refracted air makes it look like there's a pool of water on the ground and plants waving around it, but something is just off about the illusion. You can't put your finger on why. Yeah, trip 10s, essentially. Heck yeah. Next round. 9. 8. But we don't have a 5. Okay, that's not gonna work out. If this is the only one, it becomes a 10. A 9. We don't have a 6. However, I can make this a 6 and bump it up to an 8. 7. And we'll just throw this on there so that this stays a 10. Yay. That was easy. Win! Victory is ours. Not that we needed the extra perception, but here we are. The faster you move, the faster the mirage disperses. You approach cautiously. As you do, you realize what is wrong with the mirage. It's impossible. The plants on the other side of the haze are different. Not just wibbly-wobbly from the layers of air, but bigger, older. And it's a different time of day, evening, not morning. Then you see Annie. It's you. Through the heat haze, you see yourself in the distance, walking towards you. You move to the edge of the mirage and peek around it, but they aren't there. You can only see Annie through the heat haze, like it's some kind of doorway or mirror. You just stare at the figure, that person who looks and moves exactly like you. Then you both slowly, carefully approach the mirage, and like mirror images, you both raise one arm, your right, and all's left, and touch them together. The other you says something, but you can't hear. You can only see their lips move. Is it important? A message from the other you? You're desperate to know, but the mirage fades. Well, gain some reasoning and some engineering from this run. Very nice, very nice. Excellent. Excellent. Come on, pets, keep up. I'm running willy-nilly here. Dooba-dooba-doo. Alright, I have not missed a single collectible. Let's go back. Go home. Thank you very much. Yes, go home. I've cleared it out except for the boss event, which I can't really complete. So, got a little extra engineering for that perk, and we're at 33. Close, but no cigar. On the 40, I think that we need. It is now late dusk, which makes it Cal's birthday, I believe? Yeah. We now have extra cards. More extra cards. Let me see if I can buy some cake. I can definitely afford the cake. Can I buy cake? Nope, we're all out of cake. Do I have cake? I do not have cake. He'll be happy with the fruit or the eggs. It's like it's not that big a deal, but... Mars? What's going on? No, no, no. I keep trying to click on Mars, please and thank you. Oh, she still does not care about nature. That's fair. Rex. How's it going, buddy? Rex pours his canteen over his head and shakes little silver droplets of water everywhere. Stars, he curses, flicking his fingers through his hair. If it gets any hotter, I'll have to start taking off stuff I usually gotta keep on. Well, let's have a hug, okay, dude? Won't make you feel any cooler, but you know. Hey, boyfriend. Yes, the planet is talking to you. With the little flower in his hair. Such a cutie. Nope, nope, down. Cal! Cal is hard at work at the garden, even under the burning hot sun. His shoulders are tanned a deep caramel brown, with his tan lines poking out from under the scraps of his tank top. Whew, he says, unscrewing his canteen and taking a deep drink. It's hard to remember to stay hydrated when you don't feel the heat. Indeed, Cal, indeed. Dad! Hello, Pumpkin. Your dad says, slinging an arm over your shoulder. Hey, how are things going with Dis? I know you're kind of the age that you don't want to tell your old man nothing, but I hope you know you can always come talk to me about stuff. Thanks, Dad. Me and Dis are good, and he's wonderful, and I want to run away from the colony with him. That's all you need to know. You're staying hydrated, right? Your mom asks. When it's this hot out, you get dehydrated a lot faster than you think. If you feel thirsty, you're already behind the curve. She stops what she's doing and mops her forehead. It was pretty hot back on Earth, but by the time we left. You grew up on a spaceship, but I remember what it was like. Oh, that's more that she's told us about Earth in years, honestly. All right. Hey, asswipe, you stay away from my friend. Nem! How you doing, girl? Catch Nem scarfing down some rations outside the garrison. Took a nap on my lunch break and I ran out of time to eat, she says. Too much to do. I feel you, girl. I feel you. Thank goodness you're out of that bunk-ass relationship with that asshole. Ugh. Tanja's sitting before an array of hollow screens, all showing different graphs, making decisions based on mistakes of the humans we purposely left behind on Earth is foolishness, she says between bites of her protein bar. We may as well ask the stars for guidance like astrologers. No, I will not be taking questions at this time. Of course you will not. Of course you will not. You know what? Have a pretty flower. I know they're your favorite. I hope you find it useful. Nami! You look over Nami's shoulder and see that they're drawing a whole page dedicated to native Vertumnan plants. Oh, we've read this one before. Yeah, it would be very sad if that happened. Tammy! Tammy sighs and presses her hand on her lower back. Oh goodness, she breathes. It's getting harder and harder to move around. It is indeed. When you are pregnant. But here is a flower for a beautiful mother. Yes, I know they're your favorites, so I brought you a flower. Because Tammy deserves all of our friendship. All of it. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. We are gonna go to engineering. And get engineering this way. Time to go back to class. To further your engineering knowledge, you're taking a mini class with Chief Engineer Instance on the construction and maintenance of your hollow palms. These devices are engineered bismuth crystals embedded in your palms when you start school. They use the heat and electric current of the human body to power themselves, to talk to each other, and connect to the HoloNet. Congruence's massive repository of information. You can barely remember life before yours. Holopalms were commonplace by the time the Vertumna group first formed on Earth, and the square bismuth is grown in the lab, Instance explains. So the physical device itself isn't hard to maintain. The difficulty is in the display and touch interface. Instance opens her holopalm, displaying a visible projected screen floating above her palm. As chief engineer, she also has one of the fancier versions that combines with a pair of eyeglasses to superimpose a projection right into what she sees. The interface relies on plasma voxel generators, which require extremely small components that are impossible to nanoprint. The materials will have to be mined from Vertumna itself. Tange raises her hand. Is it possible to hack these devices? She asks. If the biological electronic interface is so thin, is it possible to hack the human body? In a way, we've already begun to hack the human body, Instance replies. What do you call gene tech? Everything the body does and is capable of depends on foreign nucleobases in different configurations. It's no different than congruence. Human and artificial intelligences are both built from a limited code and are transformed into more by the building. Your genetic enhancements, super hearing and sight, temperature regulation, increased resistance to fear, disease, and fatigue, all present in the human genome and unlocked by the power of science. Well, I'm glad that your dog got 20 minutes of hugging, and I suggest that after my stream, you do 20 more minutes just in case, Blig. The class splits into working groups to explore installing modules onto your holopalm. You and Tangent are in a group together. She begins installing a mod that will let her scan inorganic material and get a reading of their chemical compositions. Do we try to remove our holopalm? Just learn from Tangent, or because we have enough engineering, we're just gonna download our own mod. Ah, friendship. Friendship. Tange raises an eyebrow, impressed. What module do you choose? A nonogram puzzle game, something to help find lost objects, a radar speed gum, or a bacteria sniffing sensor? Well, this would have been more useful when we were trying to save our dad. The puzzle game we could share with our boyfriend. Lost objects would be useful just in general. A radar speed gun? I don't think... Chat, what do you want? What mod do we want to add to our holopalm now that we are learning how to actually engineer anything? What do we think, chat? A puzzle game, lost objects, a radar speed gun, or a bacteria sensor? An actual gun? We will remove Vase out again. It's a radar speed gun. It is not an actual gun. I don't have an actual gun as an option, Raptor. The speed gun? Reasoning, organization, probably engineering and biology. I guess everybody wants the gun, regardless of the fact that it won't actually do Vase any harm. That gave us a point of engineering. Ding! You are now able to gauge the speed and distance of anything you point your palm towards. This should help with calculations in physics class and beyond. Alright. A 6, a 5, a 4, I can't make this a 3 because this becomes, everything becomes a 3. I suppose I could do this. I don't... Alright, super gold. No problem. Easy peasy. And first collectible use is free? Sweet. I'm gonna make this a 2. That's a win. $38. And a little bit of extra reasoning, too. Nice. It is now early wet, which means it's Mars's birthday. So Tammy is pregnant, Tange says, looking up from her specimen case. Yes, of course I knew. We keep the sperm samples from Terran donors here in the lab. I saw Chief Steward Antecedent and Dr. Instance choosing one for her. She tilts her head. The Chief Steward seems almost agitated with joy. Is it truly such a miracle? Any dirty animal can procreate. Tange's mouth twitches with one of her rare expressions of good humor. Speaking of dirty animals, I am sure Cal is quite capable of it. I do wonder if they even waited for the insemination to take before taking matters into their own hands, so to speak. We are not going to continue the cycle of abuse, except that's exactly what I've been doing when walking up to him, telling him he's an asshole and leaving. Apparently, I, too, can fall into that cycle. I am not nearly a good person, you guys. I'm just kind of okay. You walk up to the lounge to see Cal saying goodbye to Tammy. He kisses her sweetly on the forehead, then leans over and kisses her round stomach. Tammy giggles, covering her mouth with her hand. Go on, they're waiting for you. Oh, hello, Rin, she says. What's going on? I got you a flower because you're pregnant and beautiful. Hey, jerk, get away from her. Catch Nem scarfing down some rations outside the garrison. Oh, she's still kind of napping. Oh, goodness, girl. Here, have this. Yep, you are starving, and I am more than happy to feed you, because, girl. Hey, Rex. Yep, she'll definitely be back. Hey, I brought you a stick. I figured you'd appreciate the stick. Oh, hey, where's my hug, man? Hug incoming! That's what I'm talking about. Oh, relationship! Let's go! This is a bit. We call it a friendly reminder. Well, it's not like I can break him out of his bullshit, so here we are. You spot Rex sitting on the second floor of an unfinished building, his feet dangling over the edge. He waves at you and gestures to you to come sit next to him. Hey, Rin, he says, shooting you a tight smile before looking back over the rest of the colony. From here, you can see the garrison soldiers marching around in formation, with Vase at the head. Rex watches them with an uneasy expression. Why the hangdog expression? Rex musters up another smile. That's a good one, he says. You always know how to brighten my day. You have one more surprise up your sleeve, though. You open your bag and pull out the dust melon you've lugged over from the canteen. Rex brightens and makes grabby motions with his hands. Yes! He exclaims. My hero! Rex tears into the soft rind of the melon with his fingers and splits it between the two of you. You sit together and watch Vase bark orders to the other young soldiers. What a bunch of mindless drones. Not all of them, Rex says. Some of them are pretty nice, but everyone on the Helio listens to Vase, you know? And he doesn't like me, so that means I've always been an outsider, whether I wanted it or not. They're friendly to me, I guess, but it's not the same as having friends. Not like you or Nami. It's fine, though, he shrugs dismissively. You don't have to like someone to hook up with them. I kind of like being the one everyone comes to if they just want to have a good time. What's the deal with you and Vase? I don't have the empathy to get the story this time. I'm like 2 away. Sad. Rex's mouth twists and he spits a dust melon seed over the edge of the building. It's kind of a long story, and not a fun one, he says, avoiding your gaze. I'd rather not drag it up again, honestly. That's okay. I understand. Rex's shoulders relax a bit. Thanks, he says, running his fingertips thoughtfully over his left forearm. Looking closely, you notice a gnarled scar right over the bone that's healed lighter than the rest of his brown skin. I wish it was different, he says softly. I wish he was different. Sometimes I think how we could have been friends. He squeezes your hand. Thanks for listening, Rin. Rex straightens and puts on a happier face. I don't want to waste my day thinking about Vase, though, he says firmly. Not when there's friends to talk to, and a whole world to explore, and dust melon to eat. He splits off another segment of dust melon and eats it with gusto, laughing as the juices dribble down his mostly bare chest. And baths to have, I guess, he giggles, wiping up the juice and licking it off his fingers, seemingly without a care in the world. Hey, BB! How's Dollmare treating you? Are you scared yet? It's pretty creepy. Nami. Nami is playing a game. Oh, she's just playing Dig Digger Digger Dog. Dig dig digger dog, dig dig digger dog. Have a pretty crystal. 'Cause I think you're cool. Yep, the soldiers are assholes. I can't dare you into anything, 'cause I'm 1 point away from it. Hold on, I'm gonna check something. Just wanna check something. Yep, 1 event remaining. Boss event remaining. I'm pretty sure that's the 1 event. Got all the collectibles there. Got all the collectibles there. Done nothing there. Done nothing there. Okay. That's all. Hello, Mom. Oh no, her prosthetic leg is acting up on her today. Poor Mom. Dad! Aw, he's always the best. He waves hello even when he doesn't have time for us. So, Cal says, digging his shovel in the ground and leaning on the handle. He rubs his nose with the back of his hand. Tammy's pregnant and... He looks down on the ground, smiling softly. It's kind of a secret, but I think it might be mine and not one of the samples from Earth. Don't tell anyone, okay? We would never, Gal. We would absolutely never. Hey, have a bobber fruit. That's why I came over here, okay? Yeah, you were starving. I knew you'd enjoy that. All right. Look at that. I just pick up another one. It's fine. Cool. Well, we need a little bit more engineering, and then I'm gonna go play in the lab and see if I can't get some way of not dying to radiation. So, let's go. Study. You're heading back to your quarters at the end of the day, and you pass by the med bay. And as you pass by the med bay, you would think I have read things before, but no, apparently not. Let's try this again, shall we? You're heading back to your quarters at the end of the day, and as you pass by the med bay, you hear shouts and scrambling from within. Several surveyors have come back with serious wounds, not the usual broken limbs and sunstroke. One of them is holding a towel to her own leg, staunching blood flow from a massive animal bite. Another looks nearly blinded from acid. It looks like chaos in there. Oh, we are gonna help. We are a help. We are a helper. Ooh, so close to maxing out biology. Gosh, it's a good thing you were here. Triaging and getting the most badly wounded into the med beds is difficult, and the others need traditional medical attention while they wait. It's hectic, stressful work, but you're able to keep your head and provide assistance. Good work in there, Rin, Chief Engineer Inston says. You know, with how the colony's grown, I could use an assistant nurse here, someone I can trust to take care of things while I'm working in the lab. Come back next month and give me a hand if you're interested. Well, I will see what I can do. All right. Well, we can have a run of 2s. And we can have a straight. And it's not quite enough, so... We're gonna go another way around. We have a 5. We have a 4. We have a 4. We have a 3. And we have a 2. Or we could have double 4s. There's goal. 65432. I want this because it'll give us an extra point of engineering skill. Yeah. I could super goal this, but it's not worth it necessarily. Oh, we do. That gives a point. Okay. Nope, that's fine. We're good here. We still get +4 to engineering, which should be enough, if I remember correctly, to work in the xenobiology lab this time. We're running out of time. In this year, I should say. Ah, yes. Chief Engineer Instance is your mother figure, and you are very happy about that. Your birthday is next month, though, so I'm not gonna give you anything this time, but next month. Tammy! Tammy is humming to herself as she knits a little sweater. Oh, hello, Rin, she says. Did you know back on Earth they used to color code their babies? Blue for boys, pink for girls. She laughs and shakes her head. I can't think of anything more ridiculous. Technically speaking, this has happened a number of times throughout history, and the color associated with gender has flip-flopped a few times and changed over the years. So at one point it was pink for boys and blue for girls. Not even joke. You can look it up. This is historical fact. In some other cultures, it has been, I believe, like yellow and green. Yellow for boys, green for girls, that kind of thing. So, like, it really just depends on where you are in the world that the color code for baby gender is a thing. And, of course, there have been cultures and countries in the world that have done no colors. Color-coded nothing. So, like, it's very interesting that, like, commonly that was a thing for a while, but it changes. It changes. Everyone is super hot, yes. But hey, let's build something, shall we? Actually, I'm working on something right now, Rex says, producing a holoprojector. It looks so familiar. Wait, it's the holoprojector you used to watch vids in the crèche. It's been broken ever since the crèche was destroyed. I was hoping you could help me fix this up. I want to have outdoor movie nights. Nice. More engineering for us, yes. You help Rex bring the holoprojector back to life, then help him make an outdoor theater for it, complete with overhead lights and comfortable places to pile up your bedding. Aunt Anne provides the snacks. Rex looks at it with pride. We just have to figure out what to play for our opening night. That was great. But also hugs. Need hugs. Heck yeah. Mars. She's doing some self-care. It is... Her birthday was yesterday. Did I give her a birthday present? I don't think I did. Well, Mars, have a crystal today. Yep. You are a beautiful. I'm a bad person. We know whose birthday it is, actually, to this month, and he's an asshole. We can't train together, but I'm not going to challenge the squat cheek queen, Nem. You are welcome to keep that crown. You know what? Here's the stick I'm going to beat you with later, okay? I'm nice to you once a year. Just once a year. Because as much as you are an asshole, you're not exactly a waste of space. Hey, boyfriend. We are literally the aliens, yes. We are. You are correct. Nami! Look at what we lost, boys. We could have slayed so hard. Oh yeah, pink was a strong, manly color, while blue was a wishy-washy, girly color. Funny how things change. Look at old fashions for men. The ruffles, the collars, the heels, the cod pieces. So many things lost. Men have such dull clothing now. This is true. Clothing has not changed for men all that drastically in, like, a century and then some. It's wild that men's fashion has been, like, so stuck in place for such a long time. There is some amount of movement for attempting to be more, like less gender specific in clothing coming out of South Korea, but it comes in and out of fashion all the time. Corsets, heels, makeup, all of that originally for men. And the women adopted it and changed it and has continued to evolve it since, but it was originally all men. Men wanted to be slightly taller, so they invented heels. Men wanted to have good, strong posture, so they invented corsetry. Men wanted to exaggerate specific manly features for varying types of aesthetic, which is what makeup came from. It started with men. It's never been a girly thing from the get-go. It started with men. And then they eventually just kind of became, let's do suits, and stuck with that. So I don't know what to tell you there. Yeah, Plague Doctor Man. Men were slaying so hard. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see Rex in a corset. There's a scene where apparently he wears a butler outfit, and I'm still upset we don't get to see that art. Male corsets? No, they were gentlemen's athletic supports. They looked astonishingly similar, though. Exactly. Exactly, Trav. So yeah, all of that fashion stuff that we, in the modern sense, attribute to women-only clothing started with the men. You're walking through the colony when you see a blur of color and motion at the corner of your vision. Bang! Nami collides with you in a catastrophe of flailing limbs and high-pitched squealing, sending you both sprawling to the ground. Oh my gosh! Nami exclaims. They immediately get to their hands and knees to begin to collect the papers that exploded out of their hands when they fell. I'm so sorry. Sometimes my brain is off doing its own thing and I don't watch where I'm running. Ah! They exclaim, dusting off their piece of toast and shoving it back in their mouth. Gotta eat breakfast even when you're late. Your enhancement isn't super agility, huh? Oh, shouldn't have said that. Nami pauses in their frantic attempt to recover. Oh, ah! They reply, looking at you with big eyes. That's a complicated subject. Nami gets to their feet and offers you a hand up, then brushes the dust off of you. I actually don't know what my genetic enhancement is, or, even if I have one at all. My parents decided to lock my medical files from when I was a baby because they had this wild idea that they wanted me to grow up without feeling like I had to be, perfect. They think it's rude for parents to make their choice for their kids. You know, that's really smart. Yeah, I think so too. Nami replies, smiling brightly. Sometimes I think about what kind of cool superpower I wish I had, but most of the time I just assume my parents just that my parents just avoiding telling me they gave me a superpower of being turbo awesome. Right. That is a very terribly worded sentence for her voice. Head empty, no thoughts. Nami wiggles their eyebrows. Maybe I'm just like Galactic Cyber Prince, Yumiyama, and one day a talking Kampai will come and tell me how to defeat the Mecha Ultra Nether Beings. Nami starts walking with you, talking animatedly with their hands. I know my parents just wanted me to know that I can be anything I want to be when I grow up, and I don't have to be super strong or super smart in order to be happy. They always told me, nothing and nobody knows what's good for Nami except Nami. I really think that's true. They stop and turn to you, looking serious for a moment. Sometimes it does kind of feel, well... Nami squints up into the sky. Sometimes I wonder if I'm only good at something because I have a kind of secret advantage I don't know about, or sometimes I think the opposite, like, if I'm not very good at something, I feel angry because maybe I could have been good at it. It was really bad on the Helio because everyone was really good at something, usually things like marching and shooting stuff. I thought maybe it would feel different here, where there are people with all kinds of skills, but no matter what I try, someone is already way better at it, so I just feel like I suck at everything. Everyone sucks at first. We're not gonna flirt with Nami because A, I don't think she'll take it well. Well, I don't think they will take it well, and B, everyone sucks at first. It's the first step at being kind of good at something, Nami says brightly. That's from a show I used to watch, and I guess I don't suck at everything. They strike a pose with an imaginary laser pistol. I'm really good at laser paintball. Pew pew! Exactly, Nami, exactly. Ah, she's a cutie. Well, they are a cutie. They, them. We stand a they, them monarch. We do, we do. My mom and dad asked if I was getting serious with anyone. Nami says, wrinkling their nose. Gross a rooney, right? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. As an ADHD autism person, I completely get it. Not immediately being good at something makes me really bloody frustrated. The tisms, man. The tisms. Yes, Mom, I am taking care of myself, but thank you for asking. Hey, Dad. I will remember to take breaks, I promise. Hey, Cal. You know, it's so funny how you get so clumsy around those Helio kids. So funny. Goofball. All right. No, we were gonna go to geoponics today because we have the engineering to figure it out. Let's go. It is time. Xenobotany lab, go. Go. Let's see here. You're never happier to have moved indoors to the geoponics lab than when the rain is beating down on the greenhouse roof overhead. It's gross out there, but inside is warm and dry and not covered in mud. You enjoy a calm month of studying plants, grateful that you're not out there shoveling dirt or harvesting crops. Will it let me? It won't let me do the thing. Have I... Oh no. Am I fucked? Probably. This is a 5? But it might become more. That's goal, but it's bonus to pairs? I wanted to deal with this thing. And that's super goal. So. That's a win. Not quite maxed. But pretty good. Twins' birthday. I would never tell anyone. I hope it's yours, Cal. I really hope it's yours. Yeah, after 20 years in space, it's still wild. It's only been 7 years on this planet, so... Yeah, I'm almost a grown-up, Mom. It's wild to me, too. Tammy and Cal held hands before marriage. Scandalous. Look, I'm not saying, Mars says, eyeing Tammy's pregnant belly. I'm just saying, thank goodness for contraceptives, right? Could you imagine being pregnant right now? Gross. Mars? Marzipan. Mars. You were the biggest kid growing up. Get over yourself. Tammy looks beautiful. I'm coming in for another hug, Rex. That's what I'm coming in for. All right. definitely groceroonie for you. For me, though, it's your birthday. No, I gave it to you because we're together, dumbass. I'm dating you, for crying out loud. I give him a present on his birthday because I'm in love with him and he's silly about it. Ridiculous. Just wanted to say hi, Nem. Just saying hi. Hey, you. You're a jerk. Stop being a jerk. Booba. Boba? I could go for some boba tea. Don't know where the nearest boba tea shop is from me, but I could totally go for some. Well, happy birthday, Tangent. Yep, I remembered your birthday. Please enjoy the flower. I hope you find it useful. Oh, hey. Relationship event. You spot Tange heading behind the engineering wing and follow, only to find she's vanished. Then you look up and see an access ladder leading to the maintenance platform by the engine turbines, long silent and starting to rust. She's so pretty. But we dated her last time. It didn't actually end well, unfortunately, but we did try. You climb up to the platform. Tange's there, laying on her back, staring at the sky. A hatch beside her leads back into engineering. That must be how she knows about this place. She doesn't acknowledge you until you're almost standing over her, your shadow fighting the overcast light. She blinks with the sluggishness of someone who's only just remembered it's a necessity, and licks her lips before she speaks. Do they need me in there? You shake your head, and Tange doesn't sigh in relief exactly, though her eyes slip closed again. Good, she murmurs. It's all too much right now. I thought... Her mouth twitches. I don't know what I thought. I don't know what I'm doing up here. Hey, what's going on, Tangent? Tangent huffs a small laugh and folds her hands over her stomach. You know, I think I may be burned out or depressed. In Earth movies, depressed teenagers would sneak out onto the rooftops, she says. I confess I don't think I see the appeal. Maybe it would be better if I had alcohol or cigarettes. She shakes her head. Blanking out your mind with substances is what my mom used to do, not me. I know how to take your mind off things. Do you want to talk about it? I am with her brother. I'm not gonna do that to her. Tange smiles, self-effacing, and doesn't look at you. I don't think so, she says. Maybe. Will you sit with me? You lie down beside Tange and watch the gentle revolution of the sky for a few minutes. You can feel the caginess seep out of Tange as you lie there in silence until finally she speaks. Do you ever think about humanity? She asks slowly. Humans are such a glorious, beautiful, utterly self-destructive thing, she continues. They only ever create by destroying, and in turn, they hasten their own demise. Tange finally looks at you, her hollow eye lighting up her cheekbones. She looks gaunt. It was the belief in human supremacy and unchecked innovation that doomed humankind on Earth, she says. Does it seem like we're going down the same path here on Vitumna? I believe we can do better here. Tangent takes a deep breath and lets it all out. I think so too. I just don't know how. I don't know if any of us do. We're only human. I might be getting a bad ending. Also, there's an ad break in like 20 seconds or so. Sometimes I wonder, she continues, then pauses. Sometimes I wonder why we even sent humans to explore Sit Base. Given our track record, you would think perhaps an artificial intelligence would have been wiser. No ego to get in the way, no questions about ethics or morality. After all, we learned in Earth history that when human colonists traveled from Europe to the Americas, they nearly killed everyone who already lived there because they spread disease. This is a fallacy. This is actually... I mean, it's not incorrect, but it's also wasn't intentional. It's just the history that we have for this fact is mostly made up, so we don't actually know. History is written by the victors, and this is not always a great thing. Tange looks at her hands. I just can't help but wonder if we're doing the right thing. The hatch to the laboratory clangs open and Tange jumps. There you are, Instance says, her head just above and shoulders visible through the hatch. Have you finished recalibrating the strand sequencer yet? Tange scrambles to her feet and brushes off the seat of her pants. No, not yet, she says. I was waiting on results from BH4316 and... Instance clicks her tongue against her teeth and raises a hand to interrupt Tange. They're ready, she says. I need that sequencer ready for the G4100 samples. Her eyes flick to you. If you're done, she adds icily. Yes, ma'am, Tange says, cowed, and slides into the hatch after Instance. As her head disappears past the roofline, you catch a fleeting hint of an expression on her face you can't name. Well, I don't know if we'll manage to avoid genocide, but here we are. Of course I've come for a visit, Tammy. I had to see how you are doing, and you're radiant, and you're beautiful, and we love you. Also, I would prefer you to have more kids than me. Rex, I need a hug. Thank you. Mars. So I guess we're really at war now because I just tried to use my kudos to print a new hairband and they told me that I can't because I have enough hairbands already. And they have to save the nanoprinter for things that are important. Mars crosses her arms and stomps her foot. Hello? Have you seen my hair? Accessories are important, okay? So she says. Yeah, well, stop being an ass. Can you believe Tammy's pregnant? Nem says as you approach. Nem shudders. Better her than me. Yuck. Oh, I don't know. The right person, I think you'd change your mind, but... It's not me this time. Not me. I believe chat decided that a Unisar the size of a Hopeye was the way to go. So, I'm not gonna ask you guys this again, but yeah. Hey, boyfriend. Yes, they are assholes, and I'm glad it's you and me against the world. Mom? Oh, her leg is acting up again. Dad? Your dad is sitting on the fence overlooking the animal paddock, chewing a piece of grass. Oh, hey, Sugar Bean, he says, patting the fence next to him. Come to take a look at the wild, dangerous aliens? You watch the float cows bob along peacefully. Every so often, one of them releases a jet of liquid and lifts up into the air. Your dad laughs every time. Gross, he says. But I guess not much more weird than when we used to drink milk from cows and goats. Yep, wild and dangerous, those aliens. I haven't told anyone, Cal. I promise. Okay, well, the gear that I currently have is this. I've been kind of relying on my pets, primarily. The gear that I can get... I mean, I can afford quite a bit of things. That's a targeter. These are combat related. The rest of it is not going to help me. I can't buy the thing I need. Superhero cape is not going to save me from radiation. As cool as it is. I went to the xenobiology lab and I couldn't do the thing, so I may be perplexed. Alright. Well, I guess we're gonna try and finish off biology. So back to the xenobotany lab. Your work often overlaps with Tangent's work in the biochemistry and genetics lab, so it's not uncommon for her to pop by and ask questions about what you're working on, or for you to ask her for help interpreting some test results. She's uncharacteristically animated when she gets to talk about science, almost like she's a whole different person. She even laughs sometimes. Don't you think it's so interesting how Vertumnan species resist being classified by any known taxonomy? She asks, peering into the root network you've sandwiched between two pieces of clear glass. She stands up. I feel like everything is a little bit fungal, she says. Spores, fruiting bodies, micellular networks, even in animals. And some plants here can walk. She nods excitedly. The division between plant, animal, and fungus is less strict here than it was on Earth. At the cellular level, many animal species have properties of plants and vice versa. She launches into an explanation of how high-energy bonds store energy and require a metal catalyst like iron in human blood and chlorophyll in green earth plants, but how the different hues of Vertumnan plants must mean they use an entirely unknown elemental catalyst, possibly not even a metal at all. It's a little advanced for you, but Tange is very excited about it. She stops and takes a breath, winded by her own monologue. Zounds, Rin. If Vertumnan plants and animals share an elemental catalyst, and we found out what it is, we could learn so much about this planet. Hey, Broccoli! Oh, nearly at the anti-stress. Might be best not to encourage her. Do we brush her off? Or do we show her a beautiful flower instead? Or do we nod along enthusiastically? Winter Fairy wants us to help her. But I think if we don't brush her off, Winter Fairy, we get the genocide end. Pretty sure that's how that works. We were friends enough with her last time as her significant other that we were able to convince her not to go the genocide route with Lum, but we did help her. The research is too dangerous at this point. We cannot allow her to continue. We have to stop helping her so that Lum can't destroy the world. Literally the entire world. Vertumna will be unlivable even for us. I can probably push her to 90, but it's not... I can live with that. I can live with that, Winter Fairy. I'm gonna brush her off. It's only 2 points. You tell her she should get back to work instead of bothering you at yours. Are you telling me I don't work hard enough? She scoffs. We've met, right? I'm Tangent. She rolls her eyes. Whatever, I didn't need your help anyway. Sorry, Tange. Oh, because of this, it cannot. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to worry about this. Yeah, that's what I needed. So we've got 3 8s, 2 6s, a straight of 8 7 6 5. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good, good, good. Yeah, friendship with Tange can be easily gained. It's hard to stifle research in comparison. Super goal! Let's go! We've maxed out biology. Only thing, like, we've not maxed out a social skill. It's funny how this has worked out. But it's fine. It is glow season. New perk. Enhance your DNA in engineering. Let's go do that. Crystal. I heard it. Who's out and about? Why are you standing next to him? Stop it. Yep. I know, I'm a hero. Hey, Tange. Have a flower. Back to 83. Cal. I believe we're, yeah, 90 plus. Cal is hiding in the shed, trying to calm down Socks. Shh. It's okay, girl, he says, stroking her little head. I know. Glow makes you feel weird. It'll be over soon. It'll be okay. He shoots you a brave little smile. She always knows when bad things are going to happen. It makes me worried. Yeah, we're going to get attacked. It's a thing that happens. I will try to stay safe, Mom. It does feel different. Absolutely, Dad. You are correct. Feels weird. Not bad, just weird. Okay, nobody up there. I think that's all. Oh, no, there's Dis. That's who I was looking for. Hey, boyfriend! Yeah, I know. Nature is going to win in the end. It always does. Let's go see what I can do for myself. Let us tinker with our DNA, shall we? Of all the people in the colony, you understand genetics the best. Besides Dr. Instance, probably. She trusts you to attend to the gene tech machine. With access to a machine like this, you could probably give yourself a new genetic enhancement. Sure, you probably shouldn't mess with your genome too much in vivo, but one little change couldn't hurt. Of course I want to. You think it's more him standing next to her? You're probably right, Plague. Very, very right. DNA are not toys for kids. They are serious teenage toys. We could give ourselves extra fingers. Absorbent brain. Super strength. Or calm temperament. We're going to go for the calm temperament. Anti-stress up the wazoo. Nothing can faze you anymore. You're rarely frustrated and you don't let anxiety get the better of you. You brush insults aside, always play nice, and never have to be told that sharing is caring. It's a tricky process, much more complicated than modifying the malleable stem cells of an embryo. You wouldn't risk doing it again, but this time it works out. Dr. Instance knows what you've done, but you take her silence as tactic approval of your risky experiment. All right. We also have assist in the med bay as a thing, but we don't really need the biology, so that don't matter. We could chill, or we could up our combat a little bit for reasons. Lookout duty won't really give us anything that we don't already have. We could relax on the walls because we are kind of stressed out. There's defense training, though. Or sports ball if we just want some more bravery and toughness. But defense training could be very useful. Wish I had that one. This one. Yeah, I do too, Broccoli. I think everyone I know wishes that they had calm temperament to just not stress out so much. Up the combat. But I managed Disco Elysium with style with magnesium. Nice. Nice. Excellent. Take your magnesium, folks. It helps. I'm gonna defense train. You drill in emergency protocols and how to shelter in place in addition to the regular fitness courses. Glow has everyone on edge, waiting for the inevitable attack. Let us get combative. That was an easy super goal. Because we have a straight of 3, we have 4 of a kind, we have another straight of 3, and a 3 of a kind on top of that, and we've got fleshes for a little extra. So we have like 3 3s, 4 5s, a 5 4 3, 5 4 3. Like it's a ridiculous combination of wilds, essentially. It's very nice. It's very nice. I just win. So we're gonna get a whole chunk of combat. You are just putting your boots on to grab dinner in the lounge when you hear the colony's siren begin to wail. It's the yearly attack. Ugh, they couldn't have waited until you ate dinner? Rude. Outside your window, you catch the colony defense begin to mobilize. Your holopalm chimes with the usual reminders for all civilian colonists to stay indoors, but we are going to join the colony defense. You head to the garrison to grab a plas rifle, then report to the front. Chief Brett looks surprised to see you, but assigns you to a squad with Nem and tells you to get up on the walls and do your best. On the other side of the walls is more Xenos than you've seen in one place ever, which is not true because we did see this last run as well. They seethe out of the forest, large and small, herbivorous and predatory, fungal and otherwise, flying and crawling and hopping towards the colony with a single-minded determination. The air fills with the pew-pew of laser turrets and the crackle of plas rifles. The enemy's front lines collapses, only to be replaced by even more Xenos, just as many as before, if not more. There's no end to it. The firebreak turns into a graveyard of dead and dying alien bodies, wave after wave crawling over the corpses until they roil at the base of the walls like the foam on a wave when it hits the shore. You hear the walls cracking underneath you, but they hold strong. There's no sun to set and glow, but night falls on the battlefield without any break in the fighting. Your fingers begin to cramp from pulling the trigger of your plas rifle. Finally, you're relieved by the second guard shift. You walk straight into the garrison and right into a dreamless sleep. You're awoken 6 hours later for your next shift. The kitchens have provided the soldiers with pressed soy rations and hot blep tea, which you grab, then make your way back up to the walls to serve the carnage of the night. As you arrive, your holopalm lights up with a priority message. Security personnel, we are under siege. The security chief says, getting right to the point. On Earth, sieges were used to break a city by starvation or drought. We have plenty of food and water. Guards will rotate 6 hours on, 6 off. So long as we keep the Xenos on the other side of the wall, we can hold them off for days, weeks even. Weeks? Everyone exchanges exhausted looks. He pauses, then adds, we can do this. We're stronger than them, and we're not going anywhere. From experience, I confirm that could they not wait with the attack until I finished eating is a totally real reaction to repeating death danger at some point. Repeating death danger at some point. Yeah. I mean, I am quite certain plenty of soldiers have had this exact experience before. both in and out of combat. You and the other soldiers fall into a fitful rhythm, alternating shifts on the wall with brief snippets of sleep. Gunfire becomes the soundtrack of your days, which begin to smear together like paste. Nem, in particular, is suffering. She volunteers for relief shifts, sometimes pulling doubles or triples on the wall. You catch her mechanically shoveling soy porridge into her mouth before seeming to fall asleep sitting up. A minute later, she jolts awake as someone's spoon clatters against their bowl. Tempers grow short as fatigue sets in. 6 days pass. You're on shift, watching the Xenos batter themselves against the walls. You feel your eyes unfocus the sheer formless horde of them. In all these days, they still haven't breached the colony. Sometimes they even seem to retreat, ebbing backwards and reforming somewhere else. It's behavior you've never seen before. A group of monsters breaks from the tree line. Nothing new except for one of them. One of the Xenos looks different from the others. Almost humanoid. What is that thing? The creature looks suspiciously like a person, at least from the waist up. Down below, it's a lumbering chimera, vaguely reminiscent of a faceless, wrapped in tattered bits of flesh and bony protrusions. Something like hair flutters behind it as it turns and looks right at you with an unnerving, malevolent intelligence. You rub your eyes. Yeah, it's still there. It approaches to the base of the wall, and the other monsters surge forward on to pound against the gates. Go to hell, Noctilucent. You remember its name. Their name. A gardener. Part of an ancient alien defense system. One that doesn't know when to stop. They look at you in surprise and seem as if they're going to approach the wall and say something. Then Nem puts a bullet through their chest. Noctilucent reels and falls back into the crowd of monsters. Oof. -5 to non-physical neighbors. What the hell was that? Nem demands and covers her eyes with her hand. Never mind. I don't even want to know. This siege better end soon. I'm starting to see shit, Rin. I swear that thing had a face. It's Noctilucent, probably. It is. No, it's not Sim. Definitely not Sim, Winter Fairy. I've never been in a near-death scenario other than that time I was almost stabbed, and that time I almost drowned, and that time I almost died as a baby due to the 2 holes in my heart. Plague, I think you may be full of shit. And that's only those you know about. Exactly, Rockley. I believe that everyone has been near death at least once, whether they knew about it or not. There are too many variables in this world. I mean, it could just be that, like, you know, a Black Widow spider crawled over you as a baby and just didn't bite you that one time. And you wouldn't know about it because you were a baby and you can't remember these things. But, like, it could be as simple as that. I'm pretty sure we've all been close to it once. I know I have. Finally, after the 6th day of the siege, you look down the sights of your plas rifle and see a curious thing. The monsters are retreating. As you gather with the other soldiers in the colony square, your holopalm lights up with a priority announcement from Governor Lum. The alien attackers have been defeated, he says. The siege has ended. Lum smiles broadly and puffs out his chest. Another year, another whim. You're welcome, Vertumna. You're welcome, humanity. You're welcome? You hear and see Chief Rhett nearby looking livid. What did he do? He rants to his security officers. Race out there like an idiot with his honor guard, defend strategically unsound positions, put himself in danger so he had to save his overstuffed ass. The soldiers all shift uncomfortably, but no one disagrees. And when I actually needed him, Rhett continues, taking his 12-hour beauty rest while the rest of us slog through endless shifts. The soldiers are exhausted from the siege, so the crowd in the square disperses quickly. Only a few Helios remain, covertly filming Rhett while he continues to rail against Lum. On the horizon, the first rays of quiet streak the sky with lavender. You watch Utopia's reclamation crew head out through the gates to begin vaporizing xenocorpses for their component molecules. Yeah, I was almost not here because my heart almost failed. You wouldn't have had plague here. What a tragedy. Is plague actually? That would be a tragedy, at least in my opinion. I actually appreciate your company, so please never say that again. I like my friends, thank you very much. You guys are all very dear to me. That night, you have terrible dreams. You imagine that you're sieging the colony, that you're a creature crawling in the mud on your belly, the ozone crackle of Plaz rifle fire arcing overhead. With your taloned claws, you rip into the walls like they're made of clay, stuffing choking handfuls of it into your mouth. In a moment of lucidity, you try to pull the clay from your throat, but no matter how hard you pull, it just never ends. You jolt awake when you realize you've been pulling your own guts out of your throat. Just a dream. You're shaking and coated in a film of terror sweat, your heart pounding. You don't find sleep again before dawnbreak. God, that's rough. So rough. Yep, that's one of the most disturbing dreams in the game, but you get it every year. Well, we have made it past glow to early quiet. Our year in review, we're up 69 kudos. Nice. Up 87 stress, as well as 5 loyalty. We're slightly more loyal than we usually are. We are up +2 food and +1 defense. These are all the cards we have collected over this year, including Noctilence Disdain. These are all the skills that we've upped. Engineering has gone up the highest, but we've collected bits and pieces everywhere. And these are all the friendships that we've made. Rex, of course, is the highest on the list. We've made more friendship with him than everybody else combined. We are now 18 years of age, getting into the last 2 years before the game ends. And we look freaking cool. Nope, I'm here just to see you be an ass. Bye! Thank goodness you are not dating that asshole anymore, Nem. Nem is watching some of the other soldiers practicing their hand-to-hand combat. Man, she says, I hope we never actually have to do that. Seems like a bad idea. I have an egg for you. I know, you're starving. Go eat. Ange. Kanjin doesn't notice you approach, absorbed in staring at her hand. She flexes it a few times and touches her thumb to each fingertip. When she notices you, she looks surprised for a moment before her expression smooths over again. The body is a remarkable machine, she says. So weak as a child, then so strong in its prime, then ravaged by its own imperfect biology until it literally crumbles around us. And yet somehow, we made it to the stars, and then here. She closes her fist. Imagine what we could do if not burdened by our physical forms. Well, I have a flower. Actually, yeah. I hope you enjoy. Ooh, it's a steak. I was running out of them. It is getting harder and harder to move, isn't it, Tammy? Well, I got you a present. It's your favorite. I know. And now, we're at the over the 90 threshold. Ooh, and we get more friendship. Oh, I've had the dreams where I pull out my organs out. It wasn't that fun. Yeah, no, I've had them too. It's really not a fun dream. Well, wish me luck. Me and friends started honor mode run. I'm playing a wizard elf named They're Taking Hobbits. Good luck, Mr. Scrake. I hope you survive honor mode. I think Ceola is a good name for a Nemi run, like Ceolacanth. Ceolacanth? Yeah, go for it. I don't think I'm pronouncing that word correctly. It's Latin to me, but it's fine. Pee-pee! You're such a sweetie. She's just lurking, you guys. She's just lurking. Because she is also streaming, so, you know. It's an old fish. Yeah, I believe it is a very old fish. Not quite Jurassic era, but pretty old. Maybe it's older than Jurassic era. I don't remember offhand. Well, I mean, you could pick any kind of fish. Like, you could go for a Nemo run, because anemones and clownfishes are besties. It's a beautiful day, and you spot Tammy outside the lounge enjoying the sun. Her father, Tonin, is there as well, with a supportive hand on her shoulder. She's cradling her pregnant belly. She startles, then laughs and rubs her belly. Oh, the baby has been kicking so much. I think they really like the sun. Pregnancy looks good on Tammy. You can tell that she really enjoys it. Wanting to be a mother, Tammy smiles at her dad. It's one thing. It's maybe the only thing I've ever been really sure of. She folds her hand over her stomach, lost in thought for a second. The funny thing is, Tammy muses, I know I should feel scared, but I don't. I know I've been scared my whole life, she laughs quietly to herself. But when I think about being a mother, I only feel calm. Like, I can be brave. I can do anything, so long as it's for my baby. Tammy's father gives her shoulder a squeeze and she leans against him. Even when I was younger, I took care of children in the old crèche. If they cried or were scared, that was the only time I wasn't afraid. She shakes her head. Isn't that funny? I wanted a short name that is part of a longer name because that's what everyone's name in this game is. I always have my character's name like that. That's fair, Plague. It's fair. I mean, you go with whatever you like. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. Please. We could say you're stronger than you think. We could say animal parents are fierce protectors too. Or you've got a long way to go. Well, I feel like the animal parents thing will be something she gets. You think so, Winterfairy? You think I should go with you're stronger than you think? Because it's definitely a build her confidence up sort of challenge. But we do have animals greater than 30, so we can give her an example of why she feels that way. You're making me decide? Winterfairy. Winterfairy, you're making me decide? Evil, but fine. Animal parents are fierce protectors too, is my decision. Wahaha. You describe how Hop Eyes will go nuts if you get near one of their nests, throwing themselves fearlessly in danger to protect their young. Float cows circle up with their calves in the middle of the herd, and even the completely tame bristle slugs on the farms won't let you near them while they're nursing. Cal's gotten hurt by those bristles enough times to know, don't mess with parents. Tonin clears his throat. You should know, Tammy, I haven't always been brave myself. I've been frightened of, well, darn most everything since we landed, to be honest, especially of anything hurting you. Tammy looks at her father and looks up at her father in surprise. Tonin nods solemnly. I've always tried to look brave for your sake. You needed your dad to be strong, and knowing I needed to protect you, that made me stronger. Tammy's chin trembles. She buries her face in his shoulder. You're gonna be a great mom, Tammy. Tammy blushes and looks away, tucking her hair behind her elf ears. Thank you, Rin, she says. It means a lot coming from you. Oh, we are friends, girl. Of course I think that of you. I think the world of you. She's so happy. Winterfairy is so evil. But like a lawful sort of evil. Just like me. Or am I? I talked to you already, didn't I? Your brother's fine. I hang out with him on the reg. Hey, Rex. I got you a present. Yep, nothing you like more than a stick. It's truly the best. Also, I need hugs. Just hugs. Nami! Ooh, she's painting her nails. Nami is painting their nails, every nail a different bright color. They hold them up to you proudly. Marzipan let me borrow some of her nail polish, they say. She's so glamorous. And she said if I liked any of the colors, I could just have them because she has so many. You're adorable. Absolutely adorable. Have Crystal. I know, it's my birthday month. I'm giving presents. Mars? Yeah, we're over the 90 gap, too. Mars is fanning herself with her well-manicured hand. Ugh, she says. Can we just turn down the heat on this whole stupid planet? It's either hot and dry or cool and muggy, and I'm tired of it. Well, you know what? Have a pretty crystal. Yep. Sure is. I need something. Cake. Give me the cake. Thank you. Hey, jerk. Stay away from my friends. Hey, Nam. Oh, you're very tired. Well, you're good. I know I already gave her something. I just wanted to say hi again. You know, after threatening her ex-boyfriend. Okay, Winter Fairy, please be safe. Give your munchkins all the love from me in chat. Pretty please. Dis kicks a piece of litter, sending it skittering across the barren dirt outside the colony. He hisses. Typical. Everywhere we go, it's just garbage. Humans are garbage. They do like to produce garbage, yes. It's kind of annoying. Hey, Cal. Cal is hauling a huge bag of fertilizer. His muscles in his arms bulging as he staggers past. Hey, Rin, he grunts, dropping it at his feet. Whew, like to see a soldier do that. Yeah, no kidding. Have an egg. He likes eggs too, but not to eat. He thinks he can hatch things. Dad, how you doing? I will not take it for granted, Dad. Trust me. Mom? Yep, the stupid egotistical men want to get us killed. I know, Mom. It's really stupid. I agree. And I've been told to hydrate, so I will. Thank you for the hydrate. Did we save Nem for her fascist boyfriend? We did. She's no longer dating him. We broke them up. Yeah, let's go indeed. Alright, what do I want to do? The xenobiology lab won't let me deal with the radiation, so I think I have to go back to the ridge and do the boss event again. So we're gonna go to the ridge. Everything's respawned everywhere, so here we go, peoples. Here we go. We're gonna do the collectibles and all the interesting things, and that's it. That's not interesting enough. This thing is interesting. I will do this one. But I gotta make sure I got all the collectibles. Okay, I've got them all. For radioactive plant, you need 40 engineering and a new sample. Okay. I will get to it. Don't worry. We're just gonna check it out. We've already done this one, so, like, we're gonna get a little more engineering on top of our engineering. It's gonna be great. Bonus to straights. Okay. 4. 3. But this... I'm keeping that for later. Guess we'll do trip 3s. Ah, but this becomes a 4. 4, 3, 2. Now it is a straight as well. There we go. Fantastic. 22 opening round. Let's go. Okay. Nine, 8, 7, 6. 44. Good, good, good. Super goaling this into next week. There we go. No straight here because I just don't have the capacity for it with this setup, but it's pretty good. Even better. Got some extra engineering. Yay for us. Find more scraps. That gives us some money. Our stress is only a +5 these days, which is really great. Not interesting. Not interesting. Flower, flower. Crystal, crystal. Oh yeah, by the way, Sim is back. But it's Sim who doesn't know he's in love with us. Sim materializes out of the forest before you. Rin, he says gravely. Forgive my directness, but you must come with me now. He places his hand on your shoulder. Please trust me when I say I have done my best to argue on behalf of your kind. I hope only for the continued survival of humanity. Ominous. He crouches down to slide into a hidden opening under the roots of a tree. You follow, feeling strangely as if you're crawling into the belly of some animal. Broccoli, I don't think the majority of us are that straight here. Just saying. I certainly am not. You emerge into a cave filled with the hum of strange machinery. A bank of ancient-looking control panels and a crystal tank of glowing liquid seem almost to have grown out of the natural rock. Mineral deposits from moisture trickling down the walls have reclaimed some of them. Sim leads you to a console. This is the array, he says, pressing what seems to be buttons. As I've explained, this body I wear is only a vessel. My consciousness, the person who I am, is stored in the array. I return to it regularly, storing my body in the regeneration tank while I back up what I've learned that day into the array. Physical forms are prone to injury and death, Sim says quietly. It is temporary, but highly unpleasant. Therefore, the Overseer prefers to remain in the array. Sim directs you to 2 weirdly fungal growths. Please take hold of these interface handles. You cautiously touch the handles and say, I'm with the Overseer, bodies are icky. I don't think we agree with that one. So the Overseer is a computer. Not quite. Or I don't know how I feel about this. I was pretty sure I knew that the bodies were constructs. It's pretty blatantly hinted at. Thank you, Broccoli. We've actually interfaced and run into the Overseer before, who literally destroyed Wormhole Observatory number 5 to kick us out of the network, essentially. So the Overseer is a computer. The word software would be more accurate. A strange presence speaks in your head. We're gonna play it cool. We've got bravery enough for play it cool. You can feel the Overseer pause, then a sensation in your mind that reminds you of someone clearing their throat. I am the Overseer, the voice continues. I speak for the gardeners. We will now show you what we are. I'm ready. You have the oddest feeling of memories being inserted into your mind. First a trickle, then a flood. A civilization called the Convergent Domain once existed on this planet over 20,000 years ago. In your mind, you see their domain stretched from pole to pole, their farms and solar arrays glittering on the surface as their massive cities tunneled below. I already know about the domain. We are aware of that, the Overseer replies, its voice dry in your mind. We know almost everything that happens on this planet. The Convergent Domain created the Gardeners as their ecological control system, a vast network of artificial intelligences stored deep underground in a digital array. Self-propagating control towers and cloning stations were seated, allowing a Gardener program to take biological form, downloading a copy of its consciousness into a host body created to suit the task at hand. You think of Sim, his body created to suit the task of befriending you? Under the direction of the Convergent Domain, the gardeners controlled the weather, the acidity of the soil, the cultivated species in their farms, and the rapidly shrinking wild areas of the planet. The Overseer doesn't quite sigh, but you get the impression it would. Over time, the Domain nearly destroyed this planet. They didn't respect nature? Correct, the Overseer responds. They saw the natural world as an unending buffet of resources. The exhaust from their factories blanketed the planet, choking out sunlight and oxygen. They consumed too much, destroyed the planet's ecosystem. They fought bitterly over the remaining resources. The last directive the gardeners were given by the Domain was to repair the planet's destroyed ecosystem. The Overseer says solemnly. The gardeners tried, but it was too late. When the crops failed and atmosphere became too thick for sunlight to pierce, the Convergent Domain perished by the billions. The last survivors took to the sky in colony ships and never returned. You try to imagine a tragedy on this scale, but it's just too enormous, too abstract to wrap your head around. The Overseer continues relentlessly, new thoughts flooding into your mind. Over the millennia, the gardeners took their task seriously. It takes little effort to render a planet inhospitable, but significant dedication to restore it. Under the guidance of the gardeners and the final directive of the Convergent Domain, nature at last reclaimed the barren planet. The garden existed in perfect balance. And now, your species has invaded it. We had nowhere else to go. Your kind had the option to stay where they were, the Overseer replies, the tone of its thoughts darkening. Do you think we have empathy for the Convergent Domain who fled on colony ships? The ones who selfishly refused to give their bodies back to the planet they destroyed with their pride? You chose to come here, the Overseer continues, and you continue to stay here. You could instead choose to die. You shudder involuntarily. Some Vertumnan species have a technique of future sight, which the gardeners harness to catch glimpses into the web of timelines. We see that you possess this technique too, alone in your kind. We have foreseen that humans pose a great danger to this planet. You are a monoculture, an invasive species. You throw our hard-won balance into disarray. Since arriving, you have shown nothing but a willingness to consume the planet's resources and replace them with more humans. We didn't even know you were here. We have as much right to live as anything. I mean, I could apologize, but that is a position that probably will not get us forward. We are currently a problem. We don't necessarily have to be a problem. That's the thing. Not everyone in the colony wants to be a problem. And the gardeners didn't exactly show up and be like, hey, this is the Stitch. Can we negotiate some way that we can all coexist here in peace? Because I'm pretty sure that at least the stratospheric colonists would have been like, yes, please, let's do that. Yeah, I'm not going to apologize to someone who's already judged us to be a problem. When, honestly, they could have avoided so much shit if they had just, like, let us know they were here and that they were taking care of this planet and tried to help us integrate into it properly. The heliosphere, or the heliopause, I should say, the helios are much more problematic, but even that could have been overcome. Just gonna say we didn't even know you were here, because, like, they didn't exactly roll out the welcome wagon for us. You tell the Overseer that your parents didn't know. They told you long-range scans said the planet was unpopulated. You get the impression the Overseer is scoffing at you. Is this an argument in your favor? That you would feel guiltless in destroying Vertumna's natural habitat if there were no sentient species to claim ownership of it? The gardeners do not own the planet, the Overseer tells you. We are the planet. Most gardeners would prefer to stamp you humans out like encroaching weeds, the Overseer says without malice. Indeed, we have tried, using ecologically compliant organic methods. We are impressed at your tenacity to withstand these eradication procedures. The yearly attacks, the famine, the pollen, not random natural occurrences at all, but gardeners' tactics to encourage the eradication of pests. But symbiosis speaks in defense of your kind, the Overseer continues, and took effort to convince us that you were sentient and capable of communication. You present us with a quandary. You come from the stars, refugees of a catastrophe of your own design, one that you are intent to recreate here on a planet which still bears the scars of the last time it was used carelessly. So we ask, what are we to do with you? Yeah, they have a point. They have seen what humans are ultimately capable of. But capable of and are going to do are two different things. If they had known that there was some amount of a sentient presence here, we would have been a little bit more cautious about landing, but at the same time, the Stratos, at the very least, are humans that were trying to leave the situation that caused the catastrophe both here and on Earth themselves. Like, the Stratos specifically did not want to do that. They want to live sort of in harmony. So, screw you, we'll do what you want. Wrong answer. You're right to destroy us. Also, wrong answer. There is a way for symbiosis to be present between humans and Vertumna. I'm just a kid. I can't answer this. Obviously, we got chosen to speak for our people, so this is a bad answer as well. The only real good answer here is humans can change. Please help us. They just use the same methods for millennia. Adjusting their strategy to sentient species is not an easy task, and only Sim managed to see the difference. But it is possible. Their last order was to fix the planet. They fixed it. But what did they think that that last order was for exactly? Humans can change. Help us. So we teach your kind to be stewards of nature, the overseer replies. Perhaps your children take up the mantle as well, and their children. But soon you are dead, as are your children's children. Generations pass. No one alive remembers the time the gardeners came to the humans and taught them the proper ways to live. And now there are too many of you to teach, and your behavior too entrenched. What then? Genocide? You have no answer. There is silence in your head, and you only hear the sound of water trickling down the cave walls and the gentle hum of the machines. Eventually, the overseer speaks in your mind one last time. For now, you may leave freely. We will consider this quandary, and we will be monitoring you and the other humans. It's a good card, and look at this. Sariel Snowwings, like, nailed it. The art in this game is fantastic. I love it. You feel a strange pull at your consciousness as you remove your hands from the interface. There you have it, Sim murmurs. That is my boss. Your boss needs to get out more. Sim huffs like he's afraid to laugh. Now we know what he is. An AI construct, like we all suspected. He walks over and runs his hand over the consoles. And now you know how to connect to the array, he says quietly. But you should not come here unless I am with you. My favorite art in this game is definitely the character art, especially people like Rex and Tange, as well as the Faceless. They are so rad. They are pretty rad. Sim takes your hands and looks at you solemnly. When you interface with the array, you hold everything we are in your hands. It took a great deal of negotiating to convince my fellow gardeners to trust you with this power. Please, do not prove this trust mistaken. Okay. Hey. I brought you something. I would like for you to have more cake. Because I know you enjoyed it last time. He literally takes just a fingerful of frosting to enjoy and then gives it back to us. He's so ridiculous. Could you help me calm down, though? Thank you. I mean, it's only a -5, but I really needed it. Oh, that was stressful. So stressful. Alright. Crystal. Device. No, not that one. Definitely not. I mean, that's basically just the... Well... This is the de-stressification. Like, this is Dis's rock. We killed Asterion because me and my friend both hate him. The council decided his fate. Rest in sarcasm, pale elf. That's fair. Ah, it's the dilly pillar. Let's marvel at it. De-stress, nice. That's what I was hoping for. I actually like him, but I understand that he is not for everybody. And that is okay. That is absolutely valid. Valid AF, really? No collectibles up here? What in the world was this? Crystal. Alright, time to get very stressed out. You return with Dis to the pyramid in the ruined wormhole observatory, the headache building. This again? Dis asks, unsure. Are you sure you want to go there? You approach the large pyramid in the center of the complex. Beside it is one of the smaller elevators, a little monolith with a round iris door. This is the place. Your head throbs with it. Even standing outside, you know there's something down there. Rin, is this building hurting you? Dis asks when he sees you rubbing your temple. I straight up murdered Lizelle my first playthrough because she was mean to me and attacked me. I'd say whoops, but Lizelle. I don't kill anyone on my first run other than Minthara. I also killed Minthara. I still have, to this day, not gotten her. I could care less. She's mean. I don't like her. I have contemplated killing Lizelle, but I also know why she's that mean, so... You look for one of those elevator monoliths near the pyramid and find it, but it's overgrown with snaking vines and brambles, with very large flowers all over. You could push through them, but... Dis stops you and shows you a Geiger counter. We will take a sample. And then push through. And now we're so stressed. You soon realize your mistake as the radiation illness sets in. Brushing by those flowers gave you a big dose. You'll be sick for days and need radiation treatment when you return. But for now, I am drawn forward. We enter the elevator, thankfully still working, and descend. There are glyphs on the crystal, carved into crystal panels on the wall that resemble the wormhole. More stress. You start across the room. The further you go, the more your head swims. You have to pause. You think you might faint, and it isn't just the radiation. There's something down here, some great energy, and it's making your head hurt. Time to leave. Dis has to practically drag you out of here. The pull of the thing is so strong. When you're back at the glider drop point and you can think clearly again, you feel fine again and wonder what the hell came over you. So does Dis. He decides to leave with you rather than explore by himself. I can, but this is the easiest way to get it, and I was already really stressed out, so... More engineering for us. You roll out of bed at noon because you're allowed to, because it's your birthday, but also because you're exhausted. You barely slept at all last night. You've been having these nightmares since the siege, more and more every night. Like they're trying to tell you something urgent. You can't make sense of it. Any sense of it. All the imagery is jumbled together, all these possibilities and timelines and things that might happen. Some nights you wake up in a cold sweat, a scream already in your throat. You sit on the edge of your bed, run a hand through your hair, and check your hollow palm. A few people wished you happy birthday, but that's all. You guess they're getting older. Birthdays aren't as important as they used to be. Oh man, right? There's gonna be a surprise birthday party waiting for you in the lounge. It was in one of your dreams. You remember it because it was one of the few ones that didn't involve people dying or the colony being destroyed, but you're so tired. Do you really have to do this? Yeah, she's like that because she's a Githyanki. They're not pleasant people. They are definitely not pleasant people. She's not just mean, she's a drow supremacist and tries to murder a bunch of refugees. Lysel has bad opinions and can be very prickly, but not enough that I want her dead. But Minthara is genuinely a monster to me. A treat partner for my kill everyone run. Can also find this, yeah. Great. A great partner for a kill everyone run, yeah. Do we want to go to the party and pretend to be a surprise, or do we just avoid it altogether because, oh my god, we're so tired. Please just let us sleep. Winterfairy wants us to pretend to be surprised. No, drow are awesome, gorgeous waifu, and must be cherished, and they're edgy and cool and amazing and the best elves, which means that they're the best race. Trav, I am well aware of your sarcasm here because I know how much you hate elves. I'm not even joking. He does hate elves. Hates them. I'm playing as an elf. Pretend. People won't understand if you ditch the party that you didn't even know about. His name is They Taking Hobbits. You poor thing, how you must be suffering. Alright, we will pretend. We will pretend. As you enter the lounge. Surprise! You do your very best to play along and act surprised. Woo, streamers, balloons, great. All your friends are standing around wearing goofy hats and clapping. Nami is holding a bunch of balloons larger than they are, and Rex is wearing a cute little waiter's outfit and a bow tie. You accept their hugs and birthday wishes, trying to hide your exhaustion and demurring with a few pointed, "All this for me? We shouldn't have, no really." Cal brings over a hollow screen with a video call from Tammy. She looks exhausted but proud, and in her arms is a tiny little wrapped bundle of baby. "Look, Rin," she says. Echinacea just missed your birthday by a day. You coo over the baby girl and wish Tammy a speedy recovery. She looks even more tired than you are, but everyone is healthy and happy. Especially Cal. He takes the holo screen for a few minutes after you're done so he can obsess over Tammy's new baby, even though he's probably not, well, not supposed to be related to Echinacea. He's every bit the proud daddy. When he returns to the party, he's so happy he sounds like a total dork. He tells everyone about the new baby, beaming so proudly for Tammy they can probably take readings from Earth. Despite your exhaustion, you start to smile too. Your friends are so amazing, and they're all here because they care about you. Then you get some unexpected guests. Oh, I love drow, and they are edgy and cool. My character in one of my campaigns is dating a drow person, but Minthara dies in almost all of my runs. Don't try and hurt innocent refugees if you want your head to remain attached to your body. They have anime. They should know that that kid is going to be called Etchy as a nickname. Yeah, well, Trav, apparently they don't have those particular anime. Or maybe they don't care. I don't know. It's weird. The lounge begins to feel with Helio kids, mostly ones you don't know, the ones who usually keep to themselves and, well, don't much like you original stratospheric kids. Vase is there as well, grudgingly giving you a nod of acknowledgement before he turns back to his friends. Besides you, Nem bristles with discomfort. "Hey, who invited you guys?" Cal says, stepping forward with his hands clenched. "This is a private party." "It's a public lounge," Vase replies. "We can sit wherever we want." Cal stomps right into the middle of the Helios. "You guys think that just because you fell out of the sky, you're the wormhole's gift to Vertumna?" He spits out. "We don't need you. We never needed you. All you do is make things worse, like this party." You've rarely seen Cal so ready for a fight. He doesn't seem to care that the body language of the Helio kids has changed from cocky to dangerous. You're a bunch of fascists," Cal continues. "You and Lum." The lounge erupts, chairs screeching across the floor as the Helios jump to their feet, yelling at Cal, calling the colony illegal and Cal a fugitive. They jostle him around, but Cal plants his feet and stands his ground. You hear a bottle breaking and see someone advancing on Cal. He's not backing down. They sure have porn on Holonet. That's what one of the events confirms. Yeah, Rex shows you some, I think. Yep, he does. I don't think we got it this time round, but yeah. Nem, make them stop. Hell yeah. We've almost maxed out with Nem. Awesome. Hey, come on, guys, cut it out, Nem says tiredly. It's Rin's birthday. Don't make it a big thing. They seem to respect her, so they back down, but not before a few parting libellous shots at Cal's parentage and alleged actions with animals. She turns to Cal and pokes her finger in his chest. You provoked them on purpose, she says angrily. I am not your friend anymore. Don't ask me to stick up for you if you're being an asshole. Well, Mars exclaims, clapping her hands. That was enough excitement, I think. Let's move on to the important part. Cake and presents. Under Mars's skillful party hosting hand, the mood shifts back to festive. You enjoy your presents and your cake, but tensions boiling over like that is a bad omen for the rest of the year. Look, they haven't been good friends with each other for a while now. Yikes. We are stressed. So how would we like to de-stress? Would we like to go to the park? Would we like to go hang out on the wall with our boy? Don't worry, Mom. I'm gonna deal with it. Yeah, nobody cares about the war, Dad. We don't want it. I get it. It's fine. Well, she always wanted to be a soldier plague, Dr. Mann, and her brother Kombucha would have been a soldier too by this point if he had lived. So I understand what, like, the Helio soldiers respect her because she has shown that she can be as good, if not better, than any of them. And that is the only reason why we were able to de-escalate that situation like we could. So but she is no longer with Vase, and that is far better for her. Cal is stripping the fibrous husks off of some vertumnant vegetable. Tammy's baby, Echinacea, asleep in a wrap against his chest. There's plenty to do around here, even if I'm not hauling heavy things around the garden, he says, taking a break to stroke her downy head. Echinacea yawns and shoves her stubby fist against her eyes. And Cal smiles. Aw, he's such a good dad. He deserves it. Hey, babe. Hey, let's get out of here, okay? Woo. We're going swimming again. I need the de-stressification, so we just, do swimming things. I was thinking the same thing, Dis says, giving you one of his rare smiles. He shows you a special spot. I know a place nearby, Dis says, eyes crinkling mischievously. We won't need to take much. Just follow me. Dis leads you about half an hour into the wilderness, just far enough that the ever-present scent of smoke and manure fades away, and the forest opens up to reveal a small lake with perfectly clear, jade-colored water and soft white sand. Dis kicks off his shoes and pulls his shirt over his head, revealing the well-hidden secret of his tanned skin and toned muscles. He shoots you a little smile. There's no one around for miles, it's just us. You rapidly divest yourself of clothing and dive into the clear pool, swimming out far enough that the only sound is the water gently lapping against your shoulders as Dis pulls you into a firm kiss. Your legs tangle together as you tread water, dipping below the waterline and coming up sputtering, laughing, clinging together in your fantasy of being the only two people who matter in the whole planet. Wait, did you go to the swamp and get a pet? Do you actually go to animals thing in geoponics? No, I haven't been back to the animals thing, so maybe I should do that. I have many things to do in geoponics after this, but we might have to get to it tomorrow. You're a jerk. Hey, Nem, are you okay? Yeah, I know how it is. Tangent? Yes, I have seen the blessed child, Tange says, barely looking up from her microscope. Truly a miracle how an organic being could possibly exchange genetic material with another organic being, resulting in the creation of another organic being, a process organic beings have been undertaking since time immemorial. She circles her finger in the air. Yippee, she says, dry as dust. I love her so much. Tammy beams when she sees you, like there's nothing better in the world than the sight of your face. Happy birthday, Rin, she exclaims. She comes in for her annual birthday hug, throwing her arms around you and giving you a big squeeze. Here, I got you this. She steps back and reaches into one of her many deep pockets, producing a little paper box. I made you this, she laughs, opening it to reveal a little snack-sized cake. You take a bite. The cake is light and flavorful and drenched in sugar bug syrup. It's delicious. Thanks to the Helios hydroponics and the help of some native flora and fauna, Tammy's cooking ability has come a long way from dressing up soy rations. Tammy watches you eat the cake with a look of delighted satisfaction. You can share it if you want, she hints, smiling sweetly, if that would make you happy. Of course we share it with Tammy. We always share it with Tammy. So dry. Is she British? Maybe. Not the park. It's helping your dad with it. I'm aware, Broccoli. I'm aware. Tammy laughs. I was just kidding. I made my own, silly Billy, she says, pulling out a second box. Let's eat them together. Oh, Tammy. Tam. Over 90. All right. Coming in for a hug, Rex. Heck yeah. Nami. Oh, she's trying to figure out what her next craft is. Alright. Well, Mars. Have we talked to you already? You are very highly goal-oriented, but this is crazy. I'm gonna go. Alright, we've got things to do here, but and we have de-stressed a little bit. But I'm gonna leave it here for today, guys. My voice is starting to go, so let's get in a cheeky save. Stream number 22. Nice. And thank you guys for joining me on yet another run of I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I know the cliffhanger. But I am Mayrin Althea Tover, aka May, and I stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. If that is not your time zone, please throw down a follow and put on notifications either here or over on Blue Sky so that you know when I go live. I would prefer you to do both, but you don't have to. It's optional. And, you know, the upside to Blue Sky is that we can have friendly conversations about all of our many interests, not just the things that I do on stream, although you guys know that you can get me to ramble about just about anything anyway. I do have a YouTube channel, so if you are cooking, cleaning, working, need company, trying to get to sleep, or whatever else that you might have a desire for, catching up on anything that I have streamed before because you've missed out, the playlists are on YouTube and you're welcome to them. I don't make any money over there. This is how I give back to you guys who support me here on Twitch. So feel free to check them out. Subscribe and ring the bell so you know when the VODs go live. I try to get the VODs up as quickly as I can, but you know, life being life, sometimes it doesn't happen easily or for a whole weekend or so. It's fine. It's fine. But either way, the VODs are there for you guys. You don't have to follow me over there, but I would help. It would help. Needless to say, I also raid my friends here on Twitch, because we're all in this community together. So here's the bare bone basic raid message that I have. If you want to spice it up with your own love heart or raid emojis from other communities, you are welcome to do so. Let's go check out how Great Kraken, aka Paul, is doing on Mass Effect. He is playing Mass Effect 1 for the very first time, and it is the Legendary Edition. But his community is always a real chill time. He usually is a Dead by Daylight streamer, but he does a lot of things, especially things that interest him, and he's very sweet. He usually has his cats with him somewhere, so feel free to go say hi to Paul for me, or Kraken if you'd prefer, and have a fantastic rest of your day, you guys. I will catch you back tomorrow for more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, and we'll see how things go from there. But until then, we raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys.